Ale fonsaje de.
Ale fonsaje.
Ale fonsaje.
Ale fonsaje.
Muna dabo sanka baluo.
Ale fonsaje.
Mbe useni dabo julalema.
Ale fonsaje.
Juloka man la maje.
Ale fonsaje.
Ni aja man la maje.
Ale fonsaje.
Suluo simmene da.
Ale fonsaje.
Useni masata.
Ale fonsaje.
Alale ya mansandi.
Ale fonsaje.
Mbaro da bodima.
Ale fonsaje.
Mbaro da bodima.
Ale fonsaje.
Numukunda da bodima.
Ale fonsaje.
Alale bate jola.
Ale fonsaje.
Masole bate jola.
Ale fonsaje.
Aye Gambia bondi bata kono.
Ale fonsaje.
Imaje molu bele sewota.
Ale fonsaje.
Alabe nyinkera
Ale fonsaje.
Mansobe nyinkera
Ale fonsaje.
Usen bota nyani dobo.
Ale fonsaje.
Dobo gaye Usen.
Ale fonsaje.
Anata kombo tumami.
Ale fonsaje.
Londo nata kulli.
Ale fonsaje.
Okaelo adabo.
Ale fonsaje.
Ayado kuoge Gambia
Ale fonsaje.
Gambia kaye Mandela.
Ale fonsaje.
Mayinduru kema.
Ale fonsaje.
Alafo salida bokema.
Ale fonsaje.
Adale bate joda.
Ale fonsaje.
Jilansi sedima.
Ale fonsaje.
Ganja mane dimma.
Ale fonsaje.
Sali suare dimma dem.
Ale fonsaje.
Jari jalo dimma.
Ale fonsaje.
Jari fulo dimma.
Ale fonsaje.
Tida si sedima dem.
Ale fonsaje.
Munaninda tata mailitu.
Ale fonsaje.
Munantani mkumbole mude.
Ale fonsaje.
Jukuna. Ale fonsaje de.
Ale fonsaje.
Ale fonsaje.
Ale fonsaje.
Muna dabo sanka baluo.
Ale fonsaje.
Mbe useni dabo julalema.
Ale fonsaje.
Juloka man la maje.
Ale fonsaje.
Ni aja man la maje.
Ale fonsaje.
Suluo simmene da.
Ale fonsaje.
Useni masata.
Ale fonsaje.
Alale ya mansandi.
Ale fonsaje.
Mbaro da bodima.
Ale fonsaje.
Mbaro da bodima.
Ale fonsaje.
Numukunda da bodima.
Ale fonsaje.
Alale bate jola.
Ale fonsaje.
Masole bate jola.
Ale fonsaje.
Aye Gambia bondi bata kono.
Ale fonsaje.
Imaje molu bele sewota.
Ale fonsaje.
Alabe nyinkera
Ale fonsaje.
Mansobe nyinkera
Ale fonsaje.
Usen bota nyani dobo.
Ale fonsaje.
Dobo gaye Usen.
Ale fonsaje.
Anata kombo tumami.
Ale fonsaje.
Londo nata kulli.
Ale fonsaje.
Okaelo adabo.
Ale fonsaje.
Ayado kuoge Gambia
Ale fonsaje.
Gambia kaye Mandela.
Ale fonsaje.
Mayinduru kema.
Ale fonsaje.
Alafo salida bokema.
Ale fonsaje.
Adale bate jola.
Ale fonsaje.
Ale fonsaje de.
Ale fonsaje.
Ale fonsaje.
Ale fonsaje.
Muna dabo sanka baluo.
Ale fonsaje.
Mbe useni dabo julalema.
Ale fonsaje.
Juloka man la maje.
Ale fonsaje.
Ni aja man la maje.
Ale fonsaje.
Suluo simmene da.
Ale fonsaje.
Useni masata.
Ale fonsaje.
Alale ya mansandi.
Ale fonsaje.
Mbaro da bodima.
Ale fonsaje.
Mbaro da bodima.
Ale fonsaje.
Numukunda da bodima.
Yo, assalamualaikum baringolu. Mal konton UDP online banta bala platform sabolto. Let me put my video on before before TikTok yang won ko I need to put my let me flip my camera. Okay, mal welcome la kachato mbe dan kachamen no. Mbal be bismillah la okay. Kal kontong al to kendol nal kontong kendol la. Kafale ko natal ko be Tuesday today the 3rd of Feb 2026 20:48 p.m. right now in the United Kingdom. It's 9:48 p.m. in France and in Germany and other parts of Europe. Mbal konton na bake kalbe bismillah kacha gamensura lenin platform Komato, the only platform that broadcasts concurrently on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok at the same time. Mashallah. So, football all caring. Think my eyes on Carabao Cup semi-final, Arsenal and Chelsea. So, Mbo Jibekang. Sislala Timo. So, Mbal content na bake. Melbe content on Facebook, YouTube, and in TikTok. Ala braka bake. Another edition. Current affairs. Alama masatala Cairo Kentolbe. Ay sutura baka nino dimbayalu. Ay jata kendal tombul meri masuto fana isa soto bawo ngafo jande jata kendate kumaytale. Alama alay fino soto sabante freo le meltato. Man fisa alama Italian tal jam fala nyola. Na patio fana United Democratic Party na nyaton kol mi duale kabo alajo sino dabo lanal inter-executive. And in Gambian kol be bankodin kendo be bawo bankodin kendo bi jele menanta UDP. Amanke ko ni moment UDP ko manke bankodin kendo ti. Be duala fana man satalla atele marata kuola alama ay Gambia bondi in 2026 alanga duwa wala kumayata diamo be sharing wuro be sharing nyo sababe wararing bare ala atele kala kuolke alama ay duwal jabi duwa membe Gambia na fala ngana foko membentolo na fala membe Gambia na fala alanga duwa wala kudo bi jete sa asete na fa barate Gambia na fala mbe wole kono teng nga falindro menke 2016 Gambia man na fa soto ji mo dantan wala be enjoyment wala ji ikoyte wulla ni wo nyos ni be nyosabo ni be wo nyosabo la teng because ibe dame nje be diarin ni nje diare ke wuli ni jaka ke do cold mbokay nuy na len si ñetti platforms yi Facebook, YouTube ak TikTok man la na gërem tamit support bu ngeen day jox yi ko lay bantaba di len wax ne ñu nekk Facebook, TikTok ngeen share video bi repost particularly TikTok tap the screen so that platform bi muna am wider audience di ñaanalante jama rek di ñaanal réew Gambia jama maa ngi wax ne lu gën Gambia suñ borom defal ñu loolu next on the 5th of December because sometimes nit ki yow mun nga am sa buga waaye si suñ borom loolu gënut dëkk bi lu gën Gambia la ñu war a ñaan ñun nag United Democratic Party ñu ngi ut pour ñu am fully fledged UDP or a UDP alliance or a UDP coalition led by UDP te dara bonul si maa ngi ñaanal aju jiitu yi comme lu ma ko dee wax fii toujours ak lu ma yàkkamti wax politics ñun yëpp ñu ñaanal aju jiitu because ngiri ngaaro bi yëpp wax bi yëpp kenn du fi toog ba kenn bu mus dunda rek dina mos dee it's just a matter of time so dañ ñëw fi gane fii rek te lu mu yaaga suñu borom moo xam ne moom moomu ñoomam suñu soxla rek dañ fa toog 1 second yàlla mo yéex mbade ngolo nsina dun kacha kono ñu wato kono diamo be sharing bake bawo mashallah United Democratic Party nindol diam rek the rest of the Gambia catches the cold lolu moy dega parti ñaato ngo jamaka diamo jang apoka ke sonkati bari mashallah ala yo ke UDP fane yenne ninna executive member fundita diamo ke rek a chocho ka wara surtout alaji Usiru Dabo na diam rek wuro le ka kuma bo mo alal la soroleti nsa alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin ku boot bukki fo xaj boo la ñoom Mama Job loolu lañu wax de Olof Njaay mu ne ku boot bukki fo xaj boo la te ñun UDP nag dañ war a nangu loolu lii xam naa léegi-léegi daf dee métti ñit yi ngànka sa tur waaye def am lu tax because PDOIS tey moo gën a mag United Democratic Party age wise. PDOIS was formed in 1986-87. The UDP was formed on the 23rd of August 1996. 9 years later. Why? Tey lu ñoo ngànka to the United Democratic Party loolu fekkut fa PDOIS te lu xew mooy loolu te am reason. So ñun UDP dañu war a sant yàlla si loolu. Te we also have to be prepared ne lu nekk dafa am consequences. So nekk mbootaay bu mag wala nga am that leverage position ñu la dee criticize tamit dina bari ñu la dee scrutinize dina bari. It comes with the territory te situation boobu lañ nekk loolu da ku ne koo xam ne yow amuloo patience warloo bokk si politics dafa ànd ak dal ak patience ba pare nga nangu ñu criticize la dama ko dee wax fii si civic education ka fa civic education oto average Gambian du dee bugg a kenn criticize ko waaye ñoom dañ dee bugg a criticize ñu bari dinañ nangu suma wax bi fii danga ko dee gis ci plateforme si sax nga wat dara si nit rek e ka jela ka loko tilo e kumande fo moy rek e ba jelal ko tilo why nit yi ñore tok suba be ngon they criticize Adama Barrow, they criticize UDP, they criticize ñeneen ñi and they take comfort in that. Why ñom so leen wax iota of criticism xulo dina am lolo ta platform su bari da nga dee gis ne programme yi su starté rek lu mu yaaga dina chaotic xulo dina am. And Gambians like to borrow word from the Senegalese because we are not in the altope like most of us. Senegalese, create this car. Car is from Senegal. As in Gambian, the car from the word car, the Senegalese people. Maybe Senegal would have to create another coin, another word, because we cannot coin our own word. So Mariama Sala Lulawa. We are the biggest party, so then you want to expect lulu. Noise be dina bari suñu fana. Criticism dina bari, te dañ ko wara pare ñu nangu ko. Diamo meya wulindi. Wolom Alhaji Ousainou Darboe kumo menfo. Anu ñi manke kuma kutati. Du wax bu es. Man yaga na ko wax fi. A lot of UDP supporters have been saying it. I have been very explicit on this. UDP is a natural leader of the coalition. Nit nanguko, nanguko, lolu moy diga. Hey, we cannot reinvent the wheel. I have said it many times. You try to reinvent the wheel, it creates commotion. Commotion ni moy. Lu ngay try pour def ko, it doesn't pass the threshold within the tenets of democracy. Musuma gis fancy aduna. Somebody is leading a political party which commands 27% or 30% of the votes. Why gaine kuku defo wara dem si primaries. So in the event ko xamne mu ngi am 1.5% or 0.7% or 10% or 5% whatever. Kuku defa wara nangu ne kuku moko wara jite. Ali live ni ma fela be jikam malo moneketa. Ali screen tap live ni tatale no for 200 now abi jikam I don't know what's happening. So nde namana nyi dulato namana moy kabri ngam fonje politiko kono bari Gambian ol control be wole kela. Nde ko se Hussein I was talking for myself then. Kon mu yomba de. Wow, lolu moy dega kon mu yomba Hey, if these people were in the same position with UDP, so if ñeneen parties yi ñoo command that lead leverage, their argument will be ñoom ñoo ñu ëppa ñoom ñoo ñu war a lead nañ la waxante dëgga alinkana ñoo nee su fekkee ne on the flip side PDIS ñoo command this support in the Gambia, even though they win election, because that's the argument. With all our numbers, we don't win election. But that irrespective, if PDIS was in this leverage position, they would have demanded that ñoom ñoo war a nekk the natural leader of the coalition. But the same thing with all these political parties, ñu def noise. Malolota tey si suba, I wrote on my Facebook because ku nekk da nga bind sa xalaat waaye man nag anytime I'm right, I'm going to write with respect. I'm not in this politics to fight or argue with anybody. Because democracy is a hell. Then I don't expect somebody else to agree with what I say. But you also cannot expect me to agree with what you say. Because we all have opinionated people. We have our different stance. Why? What is clear here? Alhaji Ousainou Darboe Mune, Mom, he's open to coalition. Let me read what Standard said. The United Democratic Party has taken note of the election survey. Okay, no, this is not the one. That is not. In today's Standard paper, the UDP leader Alhaji Ousainou Darboe said his party is open to forming a coalition, but with one firm and non-negotiable condition: there will be no primaries to select the flag bearer. Darboe explained, quote unquote, whether it is an alliance or a coalition, we are open to it on principles, because the whole world over, the party with the majority is the one that leads. Anybody wanting to deny the UDP that you want to delegitimize our position, we will not accept that. And I must say categorically that UDP will not go into a convention. This is Alhaji Ousainou Darboe's words, quoted by Standard newspaper. I've had experience with NAD, the National Alliance for Democratic and Development, and an opposition alliance formed in 2005. When it came to nomination of flag bearer, the parties ganged together and denied us flag bearership. When I realized they were fighting over it, I decided to withdraw and allow them to have an opportunity among themselves to do whatever they wanted to do. We are not going to get a convention level and say we are withdrawing. We are not going to do that. He added that parties willing to join UDP are welcome, but those seeking an equal seat at decision-making table should look elsewhere. Okay. Alhaji Ousainou Darboe be ñim men fokante lu fi wax Sekou Sedili man yaga na ko wax te dem na si platform ci bari wax ko wa yaga na ko wax bantaba fi. Even su fekkene dañu dem primaries, UDP ñun duñu nangu this equal delegate system, because lu ma do wax fi moy dañu gang up ñoom yi neen ñu am buga elbow UDP out, ñu gang up. Hey Gambia pour ñu am jubo dina metti torop, because whatever people are accusing us, they are doing the same thing. Fi ku nekk am na foofu koo farle, waaye ñoom seen farle bi ñu ne is about Gambia, ñun suñu farle bi is not about Gambia. How does that add up? Yes, since yesterday, when this apex body came and Team Gambia Honorable Halifa Sallah, in fact, some people are supporting Halifa Sallah right now on platforms. The Halifa Sallah boss am mo wara am. Lolu yep farfarlu la. They said Team Gambia, they are even castigating apex as if those people are not citizens. D.A. Jawo kuko ham mbota bum lead kan wara ko tuti law. D.A. Jawo has been there for Gambia. He's a veteran media practitioner and he has equally fought for that country. While farfarlu bi moy, some people believe in Honorable Halifa Sallah. So anything law hamne Halifa Sallah bokut, they're not going to be part. So if UDP does the same thing, you know UDP they are partisan. How does that add up? And people are even using words against Alhaji Ousainou Darboe, and I think it's unfair. Man Sehu Sedili munuma tere ken lo buga wanga wako. But Alhaji Ousainou Darboe is a Gambian. He has a right to speak his opinion, just like you people on platforms are speaking your opinion. The only variance is he's a leader. He cannot be out on TikTok talking like us because Mom Kilifala. While he has right to his opinion, he's a Gambian first, Balamoneka UDP leader. Telumviwa. Other politicians have said it. Momora Gite coalition be. He's not forcing anybody. And Lee, Luta Muara in the Hulu. Morana Nyimbe Sonko Samalana. Man, that is what is baffling me. Why is it bringing hoo-ha? Why all this noise? Because UDP cannot force anybody to come and be part of that coalition. Domi Adama, therefore, I'm choice. So dom sa mutlo force. If people think that they don't want to dance to the whims and caprices of the United Democratic Party, not Germany new, guide them and create a third force and create a coalition. So why the fight? Man, that's what I cannot put my head around. Because what is important is for Gambia to be liberated. Whether by UDP or the third force, that should be our agenda. If the third force succeed in uprooting Barrow, I will clap for the third force, and I think everybody should be happy. Mande na content because man bugana Barrow again. If UDP ends up winning the election, everybody should be happy. One thing should be objective. Yes, what is important? Lugana ID, Lugana man, what the preferred position was, you am Bena unified candidate. But it looks like that's a tall order. The man Lee, Ngali Conte Shehu Shedili, Ndebo Mori Ballet. Bimana More na Fodu. Nanyim Vole Wati Jang, Melka Bantabalamo, you got 3-horse race, likely will be sottle. For Mavali. I told Menga Bantaba Jibejam. Yalong Hadamadingo Ika projection like a Nibela analysis. Your situation analyze, your more miranyali GB, and you come with your projection of a melon sense make. Ndengalo neko. Most likely we'll have a 3-horse race. Command a surprise. And now they are talking about the third force. It's good for me. So hulo warta am. Hasante warta am. Wahuyi nya warta am. Because Niki Mune. Monday man UDP ñun li moy suñu position bëggu ñoo dem primaries te Alhaji Ousainou Darboe lu mu wax dëgg na man wax naa ko fii. In fact, I said it on many TikTok lives ne UDP suñu defee mistake ba ñu dem primaries, they will gang up against us and win the election and win the primary. In Siboba, we cannot complain because if you already agree to be part of the primaries, you defeat let's say primaries, you cannot withdraw. Lol kenn du ko mëna def. If we agree to go on those terms, gaay gagné ñu. They cry foul. We just have to go and be part of that. I said it. I said it in many times on Bantaba. Te musuma wa li Alhaji Ousainou Darboe. My party leader, then they discuss certain other things, but this topic, I've never showed it to him. Te mom lumko wahe, lola ko wa fi. We can't accept them to go and gang up against us. Hey, nañ leen bàyyi naxante bi. UDP position bum neka. If PDIS was in the position, they would have demanded to lead the coalition. If UMC was in that position, they would have done the same thing. If GDC was in the position, they would have demanded to lead the coalition. So why problem memory? Some people have a problem with Alhaji Ousainou Darboe. And it awana kofi. We don't look at institutions, we look at personalities. I bet if UDP had chosen a different flag bearer, like Lamin J. Darboe, for example, we would not have been here. This fight would not have taken place. But has Lamin J. Darboe has been tested? Has he won any election in that country? Wana Kofine, if we really rally behind Alhaji Ousainou Darboe, he will win, just like Adama Barrow won. Adama Barrow was not going to win in 2016 if the coalition did not support him. Adama Barrow su taxaw on his own mu form party Yaya Jammeh would in fact Adama du daan am 2% sax. So the problem we have in this mooy nit yi dañ am personal issue with Alhaji Ousainou Darboe. It's not institutional. te loolu is very unfortunate. And lu ma gën a métti si affaire yi man nag dinaa wax suma dëgga. We will all speak our minds. We are all citizens. Guy ñu ne Alhaji Ousainou Darboe should not be going to negotiating table and making conditional statements. Are these people having a laugh? When your candidates were going to platform to saying that we will not allow anybody, a candidate that's not winnable, was that your candidates were they not giving conditions? What is good for the goose is good for the gander. When they were going around platform to platform, ñun kenn duñu fi lead ko xamne is not a winnable candidate. And say suñu waxe lolu, that's a coded message against the UDP leader. So when they were saying that, Hulo Amut platforms, they said that was okay. It was okay for SFL to say it. It was okay for Lamin J. Darboe to say it. It was okay for GDC representative to say it. But you are going to negotiation and you are giving preconditions, saying somebody who is not winnable is not going to lead us. What is more of a precondition than that? And can somebody tell me, what is the difference between those statements and this one? Hey, Gambia, Sunbuga Gambia, dem si kanam dañu waxante dega. People are calling Alhaji Ousainou Darboe is arrogant. People are calling all sorts of adjectives. So was these other oppositions were they not arrogant when they were saying that somebody who is not a winnable candidate? So they never called those people arrogant, but UDP leader is arrogant. Where is the fairness? Hey, if Barrow continue, ñun ñepp ko feel. We will not be blackmailed because there are only two outcomes here. Barrow would either stay, Barrow continue, or you win ko. The Barrow won in 2021. Lan mo ñu fi jot. 2021 when Barrow won. Yes, we felt it. But musiba be neka Gambia. Everybody's feeling it. But what I want to advise people, moy, suñu ñu def dara, we have to be consistent. Because when those people were going to platforms, they throwing shades at UDP, we will not rally behind somebody who is not winnable. Who were they referring to? What len sen digantaki yalla telen Al-Quran? That was a comment meted against Alhaji Ousainou Darboe. So if Alhaji Ousainou Darboe comes out and say, we will not go to primaries, naturally, any coalition that will be part of UDP should lead. So why the fight? Why the noise? So when SFL said something, it was okay. Then the leader of NUP said it was okay. The other opposition parties said it continuously. Gajiko said it, I think, on Kerfatu. So they were not branded as being arrogant. And they were not chastised. Hey, Gambia, wahnako fi bantaba many times. Most of us have this element of thing in us. This farfarlo thing. Ñun Gambians dañ duko farfarlo. Bu kenen nga de gis. Waaye ñun ñep we are all guilty of farfarlo fi. It's not only UDP. Look at these coalition talks. People are belittling Apex. People are saying that Apex should they don't even trust them, but they trust Honorable Halifa Sallah. No, I have great respect for Honorable Halifa Sallah, but should it only be him who should lead coalition talks? No. Any bona fide Gambian can lead a coalition talk. It shouldn't only be about one individual. Man, me, I'm a Gambian. I can form a group, madam, call a coalition talks. Kuyala fuk def barke ken hamuko. Why? If Apex who are Gambians, I know there are people, they're very respected people in Apex. Some of them are in diaspora. Apex. But people are going to platforms castigating them. Hey, nobody owns monopolistic right to organizing coalition. Nobody holds monopolistic right ne yow yaa war a organize coalition cër lañ la jox rek cër côté si there is nothing in the Gambian constitution wala nit da nga am birthright ne yow yaa war a organize coalition talks yow soo ko defut kenn wartu ko def fan ngeen ko wér bot boobu tamit farfarlu mu fa ñun lu ñoo def rek farfarlu moo fa nekk so ñun UDP war ñoo farfarlu ñun moom daal dañu war a toog rek guy tie rope around our neck and they are trying to intimidate us saying that ñun ñoo dee ta coalition du am UDP ñoom lu nekk ñoom hey, can anybody tell me here, all of you making noise, if you are going to do a business merger with somebody who has more financial balance than you, ndax kooku dina nangu yow nga nekkati nga lead ko in the decision making. Yo, if you go with 5 million, keneen ki indi 50 million, nga ne ko man maa war a am decision 70%, kan moo ko nangu? Yes, UDP, we haven't won because that's what they keep saying. With all your noise, you haven't won. But have you won? Have you won? Those saying it, have you won? Some of them, council lawyers, go win. At least we have councillors, we have elected MPs, and we have elected chairpersons and mayors. Lead do for man wana ko better platform 1 year ago. Wana len ko in their faces. Mansa's platform, somebody asked the same question. I said it's not going to happen. Man call mu yomba. Ni hana dañoo ngenta. Man munuma fan li musuma ko gis. Parti bo xamne ñu ngi goto depuis 1996. And you know what? When it was tough, gaay ñu ne wi waru ñoo wax li. When it was tough, go to the TRRC, the party with the biggest victims are UDP. Ñom dañoo talk, when it is comfortable, they want to come and dañoo hijack. But fu metti, na UDP dem def xex bi. The two would have to go together. Yes, we know we cannot do it alone. Probably we cannot do it alone. Probably we didn't liberate Gambia alone. But man ningol ko kanyambe damen tekitiji. When it comes to the contribution of the liberation, even when they were doing the primaries in 2016, let them tell us. When they say contribution, UDP contributed more money than any of the stakeholders. Coalition 2016, that brought in Barrow's presidency. When we were hiring the hall, go to the archives. The new hire hall, UDP contributed more than these other parties because, we were the biggest party. You know what I contribute. Hey, no, you know what? This is really definitely irate. Why when they came to contribution, guy dinañ wax ne UDP ak ñep dañ wara ku nekk contribute 10,000 1,000 euro. Why did they not say flat rate in the contribution? Can you guys answer that question for me? Because UDP nobody support us. UDP, the money we could raise, they cannot raise it, and they said we should pay more. Go to the coalition 2016. We don't gain a halis, UDP more gonna gain a halis than these other players. So why then they did not say ne equity dafa wara am parti yep dañu wara contribute equal footing. Fi ken dofu fi. So when it comes to things that suits them, no. But when it comes to leadership, there has to be parity. Parity du fi mëna am. Parity mënul fi am. Parity mënul fi am. And Lee, man, I'm ready to debate with anybody on any platform. Man, for UDP, some of our militants, fair, I disagree with them. Yen ñu bari xam nga ne man dama ne ñoo bantaba fi. But some of our UDP members sax léegi lu ma wax du leen dee ne man xam naa ko. Suma approach am na ñoo xam ne du leen dee ne. But man, I'm going to be me. I'm not going to be anybody else. Nobody's going to ask me to change my style. Suma digante ak yalla lay wax. But on this issue, ku wax Alhaji Ousainou Darboe dara dañ ko togn, ku wax UDP dara dañ ñu togn. Am nañ right ñu ne ñun ñoo wara lead coalition, and we are basing it on lo xamne dañ ko meritocracy. We are not just giving it to ourselves. It's gis nga meritocracy dafa wara am. You cannot base it on sentiments. You guys, some of you are basing it on sentiments, sentimentalizing the thing that Alhaji Ousainou Darboe do win. waaye fu Barrow win Gambia ñëpp support ko because Barrow Gambia ñëpp a ko support su ñëpp support Alhaji Ousainou Darboe lu tax du mën a win I'm putting a conditional statement su ñëpp support ko because Barrow's coalition ñëpp a d'accord on time boobu noonu we didn't even know who Adama Barrow was. Adama was lucky he was unknown so he didn't get the personality whipping stick dooruñ ko ak personality Alhaji Ousainou Darboe because yàgg na si politics am na ñu bari ñu ko mere bu moo def lawyer jobam bi am na ñu ko mere si loolu ba léegi gis nga in Gambia moom nit dafa am personal issue with you rek mu téye ko si xolam even si politics bi dañ ko indi some of this antagonism is personal just like man Seeku Sedili tey am na ñoo xam ne duñ ma musa bugga and it goes to all the 225 people watching here on TikTok and the 252 people watching me on Facebook bokku ñu nekk ñu bari ñu si palanteer bi léegi ñu ngi déglu fii ku nekk da nga am noonu there is no human being ñëpp ñu bëgg la man tey su ma nee dama taxaw ñeneen ñi they will never vote for me up to planet Mars duñ ma musa bugga waaye gis nga nit ki understand nga I will play this clip here to remind people ne Fateh xejut fii xaaral ma play this clip dégg Bantaba ñun lu nekk rek dañ ko dee wax jaar si dégga look at the people who were talking about Bah Ousainou in 2016 let's listen to this okay this is just a reminder Ali Lamoy if my gadget decides to play that is when it decides to play I'm trying to play it it's refusing to play it's a Nyominga telephone so Albert, no. Okay, let me try. It's not playing, but hopefully I will play it. Hopefully. Okay, play Lozai.
Mr. Darboe is a hero to me.
That's Adama Barrow talking, 2016.
He sacrificed everything. He sacrificed his job, sacrificed his life, sacrificed his family, sacrificed his family. And because he have a vision, that's why he have young ones in the circle of the UDP. We fought very hard. At the end, we have to sacrifice and contest election to make sure we free the leadership of the United Democratic Party.
Well, there's the voice of Gambia's incompetent leader, Adama Barrow, in Jama Hall in 2016, praising Alhaji Ousainou Darboe. Before that, there was the voice of Ahmad Bah. I played again what Ahmad Bah was saying, talking about Alhaji Ousainou Darboe. Liggéey na. Okay, so Yalong, these are not made up things. Bantaba, we are very responsible. When we talk here, we deal with facts. We don't deal with sentiments. We don't go with the hype. Like I have seen a lot of the rhetoric on platforms. And it's all based on bias. This was Ahmad Bah who spoke exclusively about Alhaji Ousainou Darboe's sacrifice for the country. And afterwards, you had Adama Barrow. So tay koku, soko criticize sa, then you are a hell at Demba. Wahumane Alhaji Ousainou Darboe is beyond criticism. He is not. There is nobody who is beyond criticism. And Alhaji Ousainou Darboe, people have right to scrutinize him. People have a right to disagree with him. But ndax lum wat tamit dafa ay ne man ma wara gite coalition bi UDP mo wara gite coalition. Lu si ay. Can somebody help me here? Sagut Ken. In fact, he was very diplomatic. Mune kuko bugut tamit, maybe nga look somewhere else. What is wrong with that? Why does he deserve to be attacked this level? Ne momota jubo amut. Well, if Barrow wins in 2026, it's the failure of all of us. Because what is normal, Senegal, this narrative on a lot of platforms in Senegal because they have 50%. This is Gambian, Lumbuga defend, defend. You know, Senegal, because of the electoral system, 50+%, that was not the case in last election in Senegal. They did not even reach the 50+1%. They automatically rally behind Pastef. So because UDP then am history in 2016. Yes. Who is perfect here? So Barrow did not make blunder. Any of these leaders, if we scrutinize them, if we want to be fault finders, that's not my style. I don't want to go against any opposition leader. I have respect for all the opposition leaders. Because iko kila ko hani kafirul nkanela alandingol neng because niela alandingol na iben tolfana na molenenna yimu kila Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam la komol ando buka diam kensenk wala nante buka lavika fona nata issue based discussion o scandal keta o kuketa nga diam order leaders but generally mbukake nte bukake because b niamola leader ma abela leader ma ite to stop la no jamu free internet la bi niamola leader ma abitala Alhaji Ousainou Darboe normally kuma manel fay so in event itele wo shia mare wala nante na manke issue based o fenne fota mare diam tamba analyze la but ñi leaders will be ning committee scrutinize la bena I can find fault with all of them just like they are finding fault with Alhaji Ousainou Darboe. If I want to analyze all these players, yes, I can do it here. But I'm serious why Gambia. I'm chahano bula. Dunia dawada patiyome warata wala ka coalition lead. Itata dunia banku kan anuntolo Gambia we are not more democratic than these other countries, are we? Fondolele democracy advanced England, Great Britain. Ndolela democracy what a Germany coalition man sekunda lebiji. But if you world bafuleko somebody with 1% or 2% of the vote, 3%, wala nyanta coalition leader. Ni ofo Germany ole bafulete kumole kaputa. Yes. Ndol Gambia miranya dol fonke kan na platform we are just lucky that these people don't understand Mandinka, they don't understand Wolof. Because the world will be laughing at us with some of the rhetoric in Kamel for TikTok. Ninka diamu ni English la wonka diamu ndola platform ndol Gambia no damale ka follow. But we would have become a laughing stock if the world was following us. Because some of the rhetoric is most of them very laughable. And you see the highest level of ignorance. It only displays some of these platforms. Where in this world have you seen somebody with 1 or 2% or 3% with, in fact, you know what? They will not even have the courage to go and vie for councillorship. Nyata by election mofi am. Kiang UDP at NPP rek ñoo fa taxaw candidate. UDP strategically we did not put candidate in Fonyi because we wanted North Alliance to win. But we could have put up a candidate there even Shokene don't you win. But you Gambia rek la gis this you know what? Arrogance su fekkene yeen da nga wax arrogance fofu la nekk. Yow bugulo nekk councilor, bugulo nekk député, bugulo nekk chairman wala dis way nga ne da nga doga ci bunti State House. Hey. Lolu ban façon wax la. At least GDC ñom dañ dé taxawal candidate and they have tested themselves. PDI is tam the same thing. ñooñu sax ñoo war a taxaw ak UDP mbaga ne ñun dañ war a lead coalition. Let's be respectful here. Why lu ngeen bugga du am because time waste la UDP duñ ko nangu tey duñ ko nangu ëllëg ku bugga create third force please respectfully you guys can create your third force and man I will have any problem with that and I will wish the third force all the best of luck. Man waxuma keneen de third force candidate su ñëwee fii dinaa ko respect. Of course UDP candidate mooy suma candidate Alhaji Senu mooy suma candidate waaye su third force gën beneen candidate dinaa ko jox kiram ma respect ko wish the person all the best of luck man loolu laa bëgg rek Adama Barrow génn si place bi ñun suñ ko defee UDP baax na loolu mooy suma choice waaye su fekkee ne yàlla def na third force bi win tamit I think all of us will be happy because loolu mooy democracy. What is important here? We should focus on Barrow. Barrow should go. Barrow munut. 110. Daddy L is watching me. Daddy L. He's supporting NPP. $110 billion Islam Guri Barrow labaj from 2021, 2023, 2021, 2022, according to the auditors. Lina ko suma wax de. Ñu de kiss nguur bi naka la ñoo defal ñoom ñu 110 million 110 billion la Barrow nguuram bi labaj according to the auditors. How can anybody sit down here and say that such a government should continue in power? ñun dañu war a bàyyi caaxaan. And all about this fight, hey, we are just sponsoring Barrow's presidency for 2026. The more every minute we keep on having a go at each other on this TikTok, on this Facebook, go against UDP, whatever, that is a contribution towards Barrow's presidency. In fact, recently, platforms you very fattening to scrutinize Adama Barrow. 110 billion la president de Kasara. Ban platform ñoo de wax li apart from Bantaba, a few platforms. Which platform would you go and say, you know, Barrow defa Kasara 110 billion according to the auditors? Ite would learn. Man, just last week, they must send a paper. Xam nga lan mo jox paper yooyu noonu mo ci suma téléphone bi waaye téléphone boobu noonu su ma demee Gambia te fii laa ko bàyyi dama ko yóbbuwaale Angleterre fii soo leen gisee documents yi hey ma ne Gambia nañ leen yërëm dëkk bi they are trying to conceal information. Gis naa si benn kayit sa Sidi Kayit ak signature am fa finance minister bi xam nga Sidi woya fan tiñaale na jarango wo motolu beri be sambala barola man sakunda yalo ne sambani nangam la wo kaytolu hey ku dibiri mbale be keka wo banko kan altalo na foni baro bata je se wu sedili nte nak kacho diamo ndati ji wala nangam fonyo kata platform jamal to because time is valuable for me. Nimoli along how grave, how serious na banko be tinyaka nyaming mbe kunkelam fanglale. Kinjo bis nuy nala suma waji. Why deka bi defa yahu beyond redemption. This government is even more corrupt than Yaya Jammeh's government. Tay la ko wax for the first time musuma ko wax. Tay dina ko fi wax. Nguri Barrow mo gëna corrupt than Yaya Jammeh's government. Ke su nguur bi wacca evidence ñëw commission yi ñëw xam nga ñu bari ñu ko wax léegi ne nguur gi suñu defee commission Gambianol de bloqué les dalet mol men ka wuri NPP la jang golu nga meto le banko le farle dunji because itol male la man sekunda be tiñaro men $110 billion man sekunda me yo kasara ndeso man sekunda support hey ni UDP si da Gambia 3 years 100 hani 1 billion ni kasara ndese ko sedlite UDP support New auditor nate ko 1 billion ne kasarata Alhaji Ousainou Darboe being president, he's not making any efforts to recover that money. Melio tamam fenke. Ndebe UDP support la for what? Then I'll be going against my core principles. Ni UDP is turning blind eye to you Gambia la 1 billion or you la ala usinu da bobe diam la ka ha yalon ha nyimu opinion leti we can auditor opinion no wodi wala non de se said lebe na fudo city la ngabo UDP anu ngalo mo jamal be bola jed ngalo keba sabali ati tarla UDP tinyaro be tarla ja UDP fasa ko koyta mala fer keba te okela because hanamba dingo nyanta ka principle soto itebe NPP itela mansa kunda $110 billion iko auditor le ko yo katara fo yamero auditor nyama tale ka kuma fo mansa kunda ma ninto nyanti because they know the consequences of their action ka kamola mansa kunda auditor ni be ko bonde ka kaytol le bondi auditor be ko funti ka 5 million safe auditor comme baroke mira nyame they base it on ika fengo fe ka backup le auditor bu ko wuli wulale ka fictitious figures all safe comme barola 500 meter kaba 3 yala te mira tele rek ay mira 500 meter kaba 3 le jumale ka 500 meter ti baro mo based on anything but auditor be kuma fola ika based on facts because fok receipt all so ndon la man sakunda nguri baro defal labaj we have platforms here they will never talk about that $110 billion. Every day you discuss UDP nale bausenu nale UDP ni UDP na nyom that's the agenda because when you talk about UDP you have some audience naturally people will go and listen but when you talk about $110 billion you want to talk about Barrow's corruption probably you will not get an audience but this is a very serious thing. Barrow's government allegedly squandered $110 billion. I will keep talking about this. And this is a serious thing. This is even more serious than Alhaji Ousainou Darboe's statement. And we need to get up the wake-up call. Kumuna squander $110 billion. Koko sokofa baye be 2031 nyata la mo squander. Hana $500 billion la mo squander. Ba Adama Barrow jarba tambi gaay nibale nañ ko jokko $100 million is fogna from EcoBank I think no it's not EcoBank is it EcoBank can you guys help me sana balama which bank was that mfa ñinata bank ñinale your loan facility di ala dame na broda boa shady na la menga broda adefana he was the center of that adefana ni yele mo keta yala defana mi tay danko la commission auto kolale fight our cool explain kula ne be man la fi fali ndirola ñepp dañu ragal change Mega Bank thank you El Dabo Mega Bank it's not EcoBank thank you I thought it's not EcoBank Mega Bank yo ngolo $100 million boni Mega Bank le Mega Bank could not survive it but kayitol be molu bulu janne don't receive information o kanne just like the land scandal abasanya na scandalo imaja ko data tuku yareng menkan dini mina o topic o tole nga ñun topic do fo but I'm done with this Alhaji Ousainou Darboe thing. Let's have respect for Alhaji Ousainou Darboe. We can criticize him but he has a right to his opinion and no amount of castigation will make him not to speak his opinion because he has right just like Sekou Sedile has or you people have. We are all citizens, we are all equal. Janimbe kafola kata mida mama kalabante jabi la ko discourse na sand mining ne yalan ko Abubakar Jawara ye lansino diatella ka sand mining ke National Assembly le o diala ngamere to la empowered I think so in fact nga evidence soto nga cool soto yin Kenya fingo ika fandi trokol konale reportedly aliala nakata da banko mengan China. Should one individual be making millions from our natural resources. That should not be given to one individual. Mansakunda nyanta parastatal company le set up la. Member ge Gambian ol na fa soto la ji. But it should not walanzino man nyana di la Boubacar Jawara damala. Because wo sand mining Gambian ol bele nyanta na fa soto la ji. But because Boubacar Jawara is supporting Adama Barrow. And Boubacar Jawara was never supporting Adama Barrow. He never supported him in 2016. He was campaigning for Yahya Jammeh. Because he never thought Barrow was going to win. When Barrow was in opposition, he was supporting Yahya Jammeh. But bring Barrow win direct, it will be porhundolo tamate. Iforaji. Saying, Kenyo, ika ole be reportedly. Ikata, ika samba China. Komen na nyewol kata nyaming. It's true. Nte buka kuma fale jam memu talent. Na evidence wala ketambulu. Buka dia mukula jamaja mama evidence also. Wala nondolbe sito wule le futabi. Nyep ñu ngi complain de kabi dafa metti. Wa ñu ne UDP ñun nak. Hana gaay dañ duga ñu tas parti bi. Because su Alhaji Ousainou Darboe Randall keneen jite coalition bi. UDP lan mooy njëriñ UDP. And if anybody can tell me on what criteria nga use ne mom dafa wara Randall, don't tell me that he's not a winnable candidate because that's based on sentiments. That's based on sentiments. That's not something factual. Because he has never led a coalition. Xam nga wax naa leen ko fii keroog. Su fekkee ne Alhaji Ousainou Darboe dañ ko musoon a def coalition Fla Biara mu lose. Kon tey yéen war nga naa dem ne joxoon nañ ko chance de gagné wut te Barrow ñu jox ko chance mu loolu argument boobu noonu ñun UDP mënuñ ko defend. Well, Alhaji Ousainou Darboe has never been a coalition Fla Biara. He has always been UDP's Fla Biara. Just like Uncle Halifa Sallah, he's never been a coalition Fla Biara. Why you tell me ne suñ defee Halifa Sallah coalition Fla Biara ñun yëpp ñun boto si gannaawam ñun UDP all day, he would win. Well, when we have a lackadaisical attitude and we say no, because Honorable Hassan Doyle ñun UDP ñu bañ ko sanel, then of course he will not win. Just like some of the supporters are saying, if Alhaji Ousainou Darboe is made the coalition Fla Biara, they will not vote for him. Coalition bobu nonu ban njëriñ la am. We may not even have a coalition. La moy njëriñi coalition nga ne ki suñ ko tane ñun duñ ko sanel. So man, I think man luma argue fi, I am not speaking for UDP. Okay? But man luma wax moy, I think lu wara indi jama moy third force with them selection all color. Because third force bobu nonu sax Doko, I am accusing Abubakar Jawara. I'm not accusing Abubakar Jawara. Abubakar Jawara has been given license to start mining Musa Tarawale. I'm too responsible. And I have seen a video footage. I have seen documents on my phone. Abu Musa Jawara. Kobe Mbulle. He had at a lansino diatel sand mining. For my lansino diatel. So what Kenyolu, iko akata. Wala nanko reportedly. Yala iteman tubabu ka umoide. Nko allegedly reportedly akata China le. I'm very careful nume kumomemfola. Nima angele kawo moy bake teta angele kawo karam. I cannot be here doing analysis and nge school angele kawo la. Ngo reportedly, allegedly, ikaka Kenyo samba China le. But iko ateleka sand mining for, I'm not going to say allegedly because you're launching all the atela. That's factual. Musa Tarawale. Tete fongo mako ye karam ye angele kawo moy demanding to kare. Yamoy. Because that one I cannot help you with. I'm sorry. Munomala spoon feed, trying to help you to understand English. Dega munomane kasa teacher nak. So, lafta mem fola jang wala nyinti ko. Ntolbe nyindi amo mem bela jang. Kafoko winnable candidate tijana. Nyin third force. Itolfo ngoni selection obekela urobe kumala jere. because in third force it will find baby like a lead. Father Mama Kande would just step back. Ayabola to lead. Mama Kande has been in this politics. He has got MPs. He at like an third the election of UDP according to official results. I'll go by that. Okay, not the results that I believe in. Because I believe we got 27%. I believe Barola results of 2020. Hanis I more tend to believe in the Laona. You can say that I'm maybe I've lost my head. Yeah, feel free to say that. But they believe ko Baro election in 2021. More than they believe in the Lanova. Ken munuma gomlo ne Baro dafa win election 2021. Luva hew hawmako. Why Baro that 456,000 Baro hamulko, honestly. But just for the sake of analysis, UDP got 27%. Mama Kande got what? Can you guys remember what was Mama Kande's percentage? Because Mama Kande, Ali screen or tap, or if you have a verification of Fenkela Jam. But even for a verification or I'll screen or tap to correct. So Mama Kande we live at a position of mentor. You telling me Mama Kande will take a back seat? Some of these people, them are not even registered yet. They don't have any elected official. They have Mama Kande will say, okay, you guys leave. For full of chobi nekana. The chobo no UDP you don't go fake. So the malve nyo sabala wolto. So UDP ngolu dukane ni belo nyo sabol. Alga singa na nyamburol mara. Because ndol vara na modol bije. Salimas be konton ajarato Salimas. But na ajarato mfama da mwela le janaba. Abe nyadi. So wotu ngonindo UDP dukare alingana ndabula jale kunda sonko na haju tiji. Ato dun nyum fanang dol fanang kumbukan nyakasi no kura na modol be fengo fengan ndabula ji. Sometimes dia modol be kering fananga singa na jamburo muta. Ni be la coalition kachala jumale ba tale be nyo sabala UDP ngol dukare hanif epo kana moyala dukara la hajo no. Wogay manyana diamala woto because na haju tiji. Because iko be la third force le create la. Which is fine. And it is going to validate my point about us having a 3-horse race. I predicted this long time ago. Because Ndenga is coming. Because Ndenga opposition of the Gambia, what Hani Munesete Telali behind Ba Usino Dabo. Ndenga because he can mean for doom and come wele. Do you know what he run? Demago de Dega. Yes. Can you imagine? I'm so disappointed. But some of them kafole fanko ni wolom abe tinya nabaro win. Subhanallah. Subhanallah. Dol kafo ni wolom abe tinya baro win. He amanya na fota lawot. Nde third force la candidate wole win from wole fisha tanya baro tuje. Mamodo for it. Ndedi am la no on behalf of UDP but inte baro on la fi baro le sikul because baro na banko tinya le for repair so ni modo nata nga gibe wo fana na fete wo be kala nyame ni wo mari fana nga bondi ci nde yalo mo me fenger ngana MPP ngol address jang jani mbita mama jabe la ko mo fala yalo MPP ngol la ko kante jahalle atol membe tubabu du jang nim barot funtita tata banta fal bukam aluka baro bukal embarrassment baro tata Senegal ay mul malundi ki manta kan la ne biribe be gado fenkola protocol le baro pousa kay ko hedi kanalo jatar fo mojo video baro di same thing ke talki atata je afutara ko jimiten president kay ko nono ke ko jimiji fo mbeni men fo kam be kamala la kam barola manta kangola kan baro tente sambala court because of this because nindara mena evidence jaro letandila video bi jele baro nata ndolla Angleterre ja Tony Blair ga nyamala kan ko Tony Blair o ga ngala amunta fele ko cinema because biriye baro nyini nga malo mu question and wori man dol UDP nim baro man ku ya folode ngo bire jambe dula Tony Blair baro jini ga fetela ni Tony Blair ko kucha baro ko duran hey karango ay nafa sotole mo leka karango ye Gambia no leka karango trivialize ngo hani Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala e karango kuma yandile wala na message follow malaiko angel Jibril men fo kila Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam kay ko ikra seek knowledge. So muna na Gambian be londo tu doyandi la. Man satalla ma londo doyandi muna natul be londo doyandi la. Moma londo soto. Tony Blair nyininka. Olo Gambian kadi ya for soft tadna. Go subhanallah bila jambe dula. Because Baroma understand Tony Blair nyininka men fongola. Contextually Baroma understand. Wala na birata da Brussels. Nanyim fo jande man kamala manasila de. Birita da donors conference la ko president wala nyanta tala ita diam baro ko jande jang ndeten fo do yala jang ako Amadou Sane ita meeting ita baro be sira lo hotel ko na be domoro le Amadou Sane le tata wo meeting wala wo committee meeting ko andu head of state la nyanta tabla ji biko baro ta fon articulate la no wol so ndiba NPP ngol foni baro tata as representing us outside at all albuka maloba bi Jomai Faye natata outside abe Captain Ibrahim Traoré membe Burkina Faso albuka jaka diamo nyame ningo diamo ta Burkinal belle ka proud fontol fana man lafi ko presidency fala bang barato la president tata dawada rek al sal ko jiminde al ko al ni wala bita al naita ndede ntemano ndemo duno no ndemo malo ntata la no President Moïda Damen hani guard of honor baro be president yala 9 years way baro yo tamit nak baro manasi fanam 9 years be president yala sa wo kany ila first year isa fo ha man dali bari be president yala sanji koron hani sa ida Senegal janjal lala Gomay fa ya kungutilinte baro ka kungutilinte. Why should that happen? And Gambian we take this as normal. Gambian can you no baro until national embarrassment kono. So this guy needs to go. Thank you so much, Madam Sane. Maybe yen Kenyan na WhatsApp, yen link comment share. Abubakar Jawara was launching to mine sand in coastal areas in Combo South 2018. National Audit Office queried that a lucrative deal was issued at GAT without tender, with attendant risk that the license was awarded based on favoritism. Auditor lenyum. So Musa Tarawale, but Musa Tarawale boritele brinka e watema angale kamu bag atatale. Amasa froko kotek. Nimme safaro kala banta bay ka loku ko ne. You gonna jan nyemmange platform kacho platform voltide kana rek kuma info kuma ko jan nimi na la jam ibe lo kula kuma inde ko non de dañ la tek sa place fi nekut comme ay kacho platform yi comme ne mo le diable be wurla suma opinion la suma li la man de opinion man de ma li de ma sambata njay dede lolu amul fi. So thank you so much, Madam Sane. But what will happen doko no matter what? Mo balde mo ha bolde nga understand ko no matter what Gambian lafta barol. That's fine. Ni ano e la fala. Umila aferol ti mo balde tema fo ko manyana la filala. Ya right sur le kala fala. Bari nga même voyete fo so daji no fa bu kam malundi nata outside ba. Lolu moy wax bi. So ñun opposition dingolu al na le kafu UDP ma nga banko bondi. Ntebali amar la wala. Alaji Ousainou Darboe la kumo wolo mbirindata UMC la platform oto ngole foye ni debate soto je nkoy ko hey ntolla position wala and it is unequivocally unfair. It's wrong to chastise Alaji Ousainou Darboe for his opinion on this flag on who should lead the coalition. It's totally unfair. Because if any of us were in that position, you would say the same thing. If any of these leaders, if Alaji UDP la position, they would have argued that they should lead the coalition. Why Munin called deaf? Because they are not in that position. Hamga Domi Adama, by nature, we are selfish. So what they are hiding behind Moi, none them primaries. Ndolebe sonna nali at primaries la nganyum fojan, and I'm very happy that Baba Ousainou Darboe malum faka banta bala nganyum fojan. Ndolebe so dalen tol dindi nene ngata primaries la tol delegate le be la ñokal ya fay candidate clear ale UDP la candidate boy ñun duñ ko nangu sax lolu sax duñ fa aga sax duñ fa aga because that is their plan. Lolo tay daf tan kenken na len kenken yen sambi yen dindi nene ndol keba ko do ba ben parti politico ko no kabre 1996 atol sina don tol dindi nene ale tol dindi nene alkafola ha alna ale 10 delegates samanang Amadou Minti. How is that democracy for UDP to have 10 delegates and UMC to have 10 delegates? How is that democracy? In America, Amadou, New York and New York State and Pennsylvania, do they have the same number of electoral colleges? Votes? When they're going for their presidency, how many electoral American electoral colleges? New York jël soto, Pennsylvania jël soto. Muna ne mafo ibenyanta kanya na 5 or 10 each. Muna ne movo. Fatu le amaran dolu kungol buka tama bang. Ni America be la president elect la America fo New York janne ja win ye $28 la box okon. Pennsylvania me alongo je waratale woy ke jama bala juruma bo sokon. Ngamera population olom. They must have based it on population. So nindol UDP ndol la support siata toli. Muna nantol natol be kanya na babino to delegate system ola. Nte nyininga. Ndenga na advise the UDP National Executive on the down low. And ndenga nyimfo e juna lenkoyko. Hanata eventually nkombe da primaries la. Equal delegate system ngana songola. Ni UDP 300 delegates soto. Maybe I told be 50 le soto. Nal sonta wala ngata primary. Yes. But Kavojan has come and make it 2016. 2016 UDP was very lucky. UDP could have lost that election because it was 70 delegate system. But what more, common sense prevailed. PPP and UDP support. My party supported us. Okay, 30 to 50, we'll never accept that. Ninga dole 30 so atol party ndingolu lulu yela nyokale 150 so alien tol bute. Ngol kan tol kenken dame. Bale hamna tol so no. Fondol mu denani merengol leti kan tol kenken wodulato. Because alien men kacha duma. You know, yala la cool fun mona na la cool ka fundi sen wapi def de gen. Because how come it's a coincidence SFR spoke about this winnable candidate. Lamin je dabo fana nata dawlo kuma kilimo kan. GDC fana nata. So wax bo xamne dañ ko dé waxtaan ci ron. So guy gene ko nak. Mais pa bi ala Ousainou Darboe is not winnable. Ha ki suñu jité duñu win bla bla bla. So guy discuss lolu ci ron. Ñu né kon to less outsmart. Ndol ke ba ko do bal. Alsina jang alia fal ben tol dindi ñamen na jang. Alien tol outsmart, alien kenkeng, alien samba jama hall. Andum wo jama hall for niko contribution o. Iba wala ha UDP ñoo wala contribute 100,000 because you are bigger. Yen party yu ndaw ngeen contribute 50,000. So man pare na si wax bi na gena. So legi luma ñaan UDP. Du kare alin kana ñi ni mo kana ñoo soba ñenna. Alin tol nga ñaatalim barola. The Memo attack is not going to change UDP's position. No amount of rhetoric will make us change our position. Well, if Gambians decide to vote for Barrow in 2026, so be it. For me, I'm not bothered. I don't want Barrow to be there. But if because you want to punish UDP, that's why you will vote for Barrow, so be it. Yes, so be it. Honestly. For me, I'm not bothered. I'm not speaking for everybody else. But hadama dingo domi adama denga am principle ragal pour Barrow tok ñu ne mar taxut nga nan putit man waruta ta naka lañ ko dee wax ci olof sax mar waruta tax nga nan putit xana ndax mar taxut nga nan putit I don't know whatever Mama Job dimbale ma bari jani ñomi ngol be ngelala so Aslan fle gorosko o man dianye I'm watching Mbajibe can screen out. Nga volume le tala. I'm watching it on the screen. Aden Arsenal fere golosko. So la vita menela. Alenga kacha hadama ya kono ni UDP ning kambe ngo bekala ngana. Bari la vita diamo la kilinke demanding janin ka line ol yele. Mama Jabi. Dukare Inspector General of Police Sidi Toure stafula Sidi Toure itele lota jang iko gambino le ko ite mutonya moleti ite la fode bari Mama Jabi be mol nenna every day hani lunkili mama jabi command police station. How is this fair? Because ikateni barola sister like kata, so she's untouchable. That li moy dega. La ya bori touré kuma fo jana rek aliya command police station. Alko ay même fois ma ñana fol. Bar mama jabi muntu mama jabi be command la police station auto. Mol bala audio moy la be kuma manel fola be commandi kuma fola kuma kanam fo akatelo barola for general tibang. But this is what is happening in our country. And here injustice je awata banko kaka fitino le wolu. Aldiamu mama jabi ay fataka mulu attack. Ay baro support ay la politiko ke wo mala nyantoleti bara fataka kal anung sidi mutal touré. Ye al-Qur'ano ye bulo la wole kambre nyim palaso dila ko betili na gamno tema. That statement means a lot. Ni alabe kitindi la wolu manasi tatar jere. Mama jabi in fact muna ko fo dibina wara mama jabi bote jinele anatanto la banko kan. Ika Gambia jam tol Gambia nol fon ko ku jamale accept fan. Tumala be da Senegal ye bonan Guinée ka da Senegal sol ne la banko kan. Senegal hani mama jabi hani abla kabole ko nata Senegal ka Senegal ol nen jifa. Hanata ka jomay fay le support. Senegal ol te sonno wala. Bari Gambia o moy lolu rek. Mama jabi binan to la banko kan. Iko police le ka kanta fam. Subhanallah. Gambia nga jumale bala Gambia ta Guinée. Mama di Dumbuya ka police ol di te Gambia no ake kanta. Ika Guinean ol nen. No, Gambia la situation is very sad. Very Gambia for sad. Why you guys should stop this alkanyin differentiation of men samanang Apex and in Team Gambia they should partner up. They will bring analysis kajanko. In fact, Die Jao and in Honorable Halifa Sallah in Yanta Kachalale ye Kambeng they work in hand in glove for the interest of Gambia. But people have now started taking sides. Oh, Apex should just go out there. They should not be trusted. Halifa Sallah should lead. What about people who also support Apex? This farfarlu thing. And most of it, 9 out of 10 is based on tribalism. Yes. Halifa and the coalition will lead. Halifa can lead the coalition, yes, but other people can also lead it. And Apex started before. If Halifa had announced this, it was not public. And even if Honorable Sallah announced it, but today, man, say who said it, if I want to do something, then man gives Nyen Gambian commencing, I will just say, oh, man ningol ko kulumbula la be ngani ya killing. Man tamit dama amon ene pour def li ndam yon commencé ngeen ko. Haral ma bokk ak yeen. Let's just look at the parameters. Let's look at the criteria. Ñu d'accord ci criteria bi. If Honorable Halifa Sallah has problem with Apex and approach lolu mun nako query lolu right am la. And they go ñu talk ñu mëna d'accord ne ye lila. Why di wax ne bu Honorable Halifa Sallah bi mo ba bu Apex bi baxut. I think that's not fair. They're all Gambians. Man advise na fi ne the two groups should talk. Suñu waxtaan. Then jubo mëna am. But I think we are heading towards this third force in this coalition and ben problem warto nek. Gis nga démocratie dafa ne. Billahi ku gom démocratie ñun Gambien na dañu mbubo démocratie but we are not democrats. Pour nga osa boppa ne yoy démocrate ak nga nek a true democrat dafa uté. Gis nga démocratie da nga wara nangu ku nek ak xelatam ak ku nek ak doxinam. As long as koku sagut la deful la tuuma waaye buga bi la mëna wone rek okay man li la buga. If Alhaji Ousainou Darboe wants to lead coalition, it's his civic right. Kan mo mëna taxaw fi ne amul right. even if he is 100 years old. There is nothing in our constitution which has age limit on presidency. It used to be there, it's removed. But ñenn ñi tamit ñu ne bëgguñ Alhaji Ousainou Darboe ñoom itamit seen right la. It's not a force that you have to like bugg Alhaji Ousainou Darboe. You have a right to say I don't want him to be the leader. Loolu démocratie dafa ne. ñun UDP waruñoo am benn problème nit ne man I don't want Alhaji Ousainou Darboe. Man de man xawma keneen man I have no problem with that. Because loolu is a fundamental right la. Just like UDP also can say, I don't want Lamin J. Darboe to lead. I don't want Talib to lead. Right. Why are we fighting? If we really respect democracy, and ñu bari dañ dee oote suñu boppa Democrats, ku nekk ak sa buga. Am nga nit moo xam ne dafa bugga findi, am na ñoo xam ne duñ lekk findi, am na ñoo xam ne dañ bugga cuura jerte, am na ñoo xam ne cuura jerte, they don't like it. Gis nga doomi adama ku nekk sa buga la. And once we have this, jàmm dina am. Kayrobe kelale nga ñoo la ñanto buña. And ñoo mëna anda, ñoo xam ne mënu ñoo anda, ñu dem seen yoon. It looks like we're heading towards that direction. So the third force can have their conversation and they go to primaries and they select their delegates. Who win? You announce ko nekk seen candidate. What is the problem with that? We all go to election. If UDP doesn't win, fair enough. If UDP wins, fair enough. If the third force win, man luma bëgg rek Barrow génna. I don't want Barrow to be there. Man lii laa bëgg a yokk si waxtaan bi, and I'm calling for ñu am decorum. Lu ñoo nekk fii all this time, our time is being wasted. What saddens me, if you guys know what Barrow is doing, whilst we are wasting time here, this ping pong, the attackante, Barrow munge gena parel bopam. The other day I had the NPP guys laughing at us. I entered their platform. They said now they're enjoying the show because we are having fight. The fight is within ourselves. So Barrow amna, Barrow legi amna, amna jama. Iko Barrow e Cairo sotole. Because I oppositional da malebe blue exchange them. But are they wrong? They are not wrong. Let's carry on. Look, the thing is, the biggest mistake we would do is to carry on this. So I think what is going to bring peace. Hamga UDP's position is very clear now, and that cannot change. We cannot change that position now. We cannot change that position because UDP is an institution. We have selected a flag bearer to the dislike of some people, but to the like of a lot of some UDP supporters. Hana American bu nekk moo bëgga kii nekk president in America, Donald Trump. Ñeneen ñi Hillary lañ bëgga. Why? According to their electoral system, he moo win election bi. Am na ñu nekk ba America léegi te ñoom to left elect Donald Trump bu nekk president. People's choices will always differ. But let us respect, you criticize, and waxi ne mën nañoo debate sax man could disagree ak man sax mën ngaa dugga fi nga disagree ak man as long as it's based on respect. Comme keroog man ma dem si UMC platform bi. I didn't have a fight with them. I just debated with them. And anytime I want to go there, I will go there. Anytime I feel that they are discussing something that I can put my few cents, I will go there. And they can come to Bantabatu. Man politics do tax ma am problème ak kenn. Dinaa maintain sama position, nga maintain sa position. While politics do tax ma noonoo la. Because politics at the end of the day, we are all Gambians. Suñ gis-gise moo ute. Man bu ma nekkoon si struggle bi sax wax naa ko fi dem naa si APR si rajo. When I was going there, some people said I should not have gone there. I said I was going to go there. I told Nemsi Alapande, and he supported me. I told him I'm going to APRC guided my invite on Promadem Season Rajobi because he was my colleague. And he said, yeah, you should go there. Why not? Yeah, Nekofi. Why he definitely said you should go there. But some people are saying, no, for them. Why are you going to APRC radio? Why should I go to APRC radio? Are they not Gambians? Some of those people, yes, they were supporting Baro Yahya Jammeh, but they're not responsible for what Yahya Jammeh was doing in the Gambia, allegedly. So, if I'm invited to another platform, even though we are not on the same footing with them, if I go there, I will engage them. You know what I'm doing? See, you're acting again. Why, Alhaji Ousainou Darboe, I think people should give him respite. And so, Lifinul Ken. And it's not a must you have to support him. Mom, si bopam do expect lolu because dina xamne ño xamne duñ musa bëgga pour mu nekk président. Lolu is part of life. Wa yow tamit candidate bu nga support amna ño xamne duñ musa bëgga pour mu nekk président it la. So, maintenant analysis stop la janne because it's 9 minutes past 10 in the UK. I've done my analysis on the 1 year 20 minutes, 26 minutes. The line is open. People to have their say on European Line Bantaba. Moderator is a more Selendino. Nimel after Diamle Diamu. But in Bay Yamaro Menkala Jamfana, Nimu UDP platform already. Mokana Kuma Kana Mo Barandijang. Okay. Mokana Kuma for Jamea Lonko. It is not language type on Bantaba. Manta more sense or langa more be respect. But European Line Bantaba, we value that and we cherish the type of language and the type of ideas Melka Foja. We can be critical of people, we can criticize people, that's okay. But it should be based on constructive criticism. Allah barakabaka ngamara bi ndey idi le folo seleta. Ndey di God bismillah.
Certainly, abarakabake nge kontong anim fanel listener solo anim jubir lalu. I think we should be celebrating today. Okay, I think a UDP should be celebrating today. Yalong ala, ala lipari busu. Na futa temol la lumemenda UDP nimba usenola. Atebete yala. Ngamira in the near remember. In the beginning of Kabirin coalition, wato coalition forman na follow. Iko etol Gambia no. Iko tol Gambia no men lafta Gambia. And mind you. Then bita auto follow fang. A lot of the times in Kamo ikafoko, let's do it for Gambia. Alinga ke Gambia Kamala. Gambia alinga Gambia Bondi. Gambia muna mu Gambia te fo Gambia manke Gambia no leti membe Gambia ba. Wala manke Gambia. Yo. One more ita ka fa alinga ke Gambia. The majority of percentage of ito ko alinga ko Gambia men ka mo bulari UDP le no. So sa ito ko decision we make against UDP wo majority of the Gambian is ita ba kay kan jumande because ito do bulari men no ma 1% le be will be bulo ko. Yalo wala no ko alala lipar buso na nata. Alala time is better than hadama de wala time. Kabin yang alala bulo nata na mo be maje to le 1%. You said you are doing it for the Gambia.
Yeah.
The majority of that Gambia percentage of populary UDP le noma. So say ito ko mo populary juma le noma. Who are you doing it for then? If you are going against UDP, who are you going against? Are you not going against the same Gambia ko nga kemenga? That is one. Number two, Kabirin coalition diamo janna kanafang. Then you buy UDP fale melni yakabu nahari. Language was yakabu nahari. Then janna buy fale kom yakabu nahari. Ñu dem sampa suñ own coalition. Don't buy for the UDP gatale. Don't buy for the UDP kidatale. Be munana all of a sudden they are all jumping their heads. Never UDP gatale butu. Ko UDP mamosoto. Money UDP to coalition okay. Yesterday I listened to people molga wuri fo kala fila kumbola.
Kana to ndroga de. Kara mo gara wale jande.
Mo gara wale se ko se de. Molga wuri fo kala fila kumbola because of UDP. But it put kumo esene ase ku sedili. UDP amanke tili kilim political patriotic. Amanke sanji kilim political patriotic. UDP has been here for nearly 30 years. UDP do ko kele ale member sule do ko ke ye do ko ke Gambia le e bukana ning election o kana ye diam e ka diam all year round. They have all year round programs for the Gambia. They have all year round activities for the Gambia.
Manga seasonal politician all today. We are not seasonal politicians.
You don't understand?
Yeah.
What you will be Londi, what you do ku jawon do ku batari mo beke.
Yeah.
I pareta. It can from nowhere with your illa delusional mind you call let didn't fa come yekabuna hari Gambian you them and then you are saying Gambian, so those majority of Gambians who are behind UDP are not Gambians.
Yeah, they are all Gambians.
And you are following somebody with 1% of that particular Gambians you are referring to. Somebody who got nearly half of the percentage of the country. What party you talk about? You don't let na fate fale come yekabuna hari. Tenga you fale wunda nga you who did joy.
The problem is, I don't think this should even be an issue. That is why I'm perplexed. I'm completely perplexed about the situation because I think, what is the fight? Where's the argument here? Where's the quarrel about? Because you have options, like you said, the third force can go and easily form their coalition.
You're winnable candidate. In fact, you can even
you can have you can have somebody that you think is winnable, okay? And that person can be a front runner, and you can leave UDP on its own. And why the argument? Then they will understand, because democracy is about respecting the verdict of people.
And the higher percentage of those people are with UDP, mind you. Don't forget that part. The highest percentage of those people you are talking about are with the UDP. You are talking about good for the country. That half of that country is with the UDP. You are talking about doing it for the country. The half of all of that you doing it for the country is with the UDP. But you said that UDP doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But you say you're 1%, you're 2%. Let's mind you, UMC is 2%. Halifa Sallah in this survey was 1%. And these are the two groups. They are
yeah, but those 2% is based on belief. It's not really based on who they would vote for.
It might be 0%
so don't take those 2% and right, because what would believe let it go? People's belief, like Barola 46%. It's not Barola's 46% of the votes. It's just Moli and Mira. So
left with the advisement.
Amadou Minte will not agree that I'll put you 2%. Let
the left advisement the UDP land in the UDP supporter solo say ko sedili wala nyintiko. Intol ni mo kana sonkan ni mo kana kele.
Yeah, amanda fa fa sort of fam.
Amanda fa political everywhere and any man soto dulato ito ko ite patin dingo yena pati baye wule
ngo nga pa modu fo jele pa modu ya follow the same thing nefo pa modu ya fala programme da ko dunia dawoda pati bale ka coalition no lead. This is common sense. It's not Gambia. It's not rocket science. While we want to do things, that is really extraordinary. You people can understand.
Ilabanta damem fole ko be nyale tauna yalo muna be keri be juturin nale ike fangalu jutun din nale ik fanga fendi note ko yo fayin tolu kan and duite ko ka jutun men neto ko ka fen nori ngo fay men ka wala the biggest percentage te katam bitale ko nin biya nata yeselen selan dangol londi wo kabo kan ite sele wo kabo kan tunkum fote tabulato sama ye wuri ko wo intele ngam fanga fotan di nyinte moto so membe kam fa me ya sabu dolu be wuri kam fo kala fila ka kumbo yala muna ne ka wuri fo kala fila kumbo la e ko be nyame kulan ka te kela nyina wuro be keri nyina ni ku ya bela de amanke kudo kamade because nyina yamere bentol nya city la le ibe ta ye la nyoka ibe be 1% ye ta la nyoka ngafuta primary ye la nyoka
but yalo de it may interesting that jarengara another caller yalo main I referenced this here during my analysis in coalition 2016 biko mole kodola iko mole holota munana nyunuko UDP le nyanda ko di jama bondele tol munana UDP le ko di jama bonde munana ma fo ko mbe nyanta kanya we should have equal contribution. Why didn't this say that?
No, ni ko di bondo na tala wi ka UDP la waroje. Ni ko di bondo na ga UDP da waroje. Wala ka advice men did na UDP executive member sul fananda wala nyindi ko. UDP bayni saying mbeka kuma ka men for saying alhamdulillah na party leader fanan natala ayo fo mbeya moy c'est que c'est le leftal pour na executive member solo pour ya understand ko in this situation Gambia force and the UDP have the high percentage of Gambia force because UDP Gambia dingol lebeji woto be Gambia le represent kan so we have the highest percentage woto ni ba kala intol le kam man tol Gambia dingol intol ko Gambia force du kare yake alana la kilae ning any agreement o be kala in terms of coalition many yalon ko lefte fan sambandi la backdoor presidency le ka fo yoko vice president yambolo sotola janni ba fa 1 month to 2 months yen na president ko ika ko no le ka de ka ko le ka de tam tukku ye fo tambe di president ya ate di la mola ja it will be a party mo si haklo to back na executive force haklo to there are certain positions whatever coalition you're going to be ibe deal menkela it can make sure also ye hakilo to Gambia dingol men ya lonko wala be tambindi ka wala don Gambia dingol be UDP kono and the higher percentage of that is with UDP what oppositional men ya lon sama moli sine ye use against us is he hakilo to oppositional wol be dila juman ka fo fa entela fita vice president yale la ala dinna sama jannimba fala ndawol manta mo accuse la ndala ko jannimba fala sinindin ko dorom puku na president ko no ya dimi mala ko jumale be tambila vice president woto opposition si falu patia sa hakilo to bake ni be any coalition talks kala ibadi la jumala at the end of the day what is clean and clear wala nyimti ko there will be no coalition in that country that will work for the Gambian people without UDP or without UDP leading it. Because the Gambia you are talking about, the higher percentage of the Gambia you are talking about, they are the member of UDP. I do not understand why is it that people like to extract that. Kafoko, Nenko the for Gambia. UDP is Gambia. The people in UDP are Gambia.
Absolutely.
So they are the higher than you.
Yeah.
So who are you doing it for?
Abarakanda iri. Abarakata thank you iri. Ngada Seni ngame to next. Lamin Gagu ngame to Labantana. Seni, you go ahead, please.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum sifu. Barakamaka fela duku kendo me make kaino. Mo feso do mi fura ko duku la waka hani mama ko bari safa e dumbara.
Baraka.
Okay, barakabake kontanta bake la duku kendo la. No bota je Gambia ko le. Bos Gambia ko to la dere. But the coalition of my phone and the phone and the Hansa will be muted in Buddha. UDP with Diamana, Bunda, the Mobe. Momundi Nil of the Purka Bonkola Point, Yana Kafu UDP, because Dunia example of Nibela. If you go around Tayana, pull around that Fort, because Larang what. But a committee analyze Kaibon for 2016 Menketa. European te hakilo ko coalition sifa to de ka jeki ka mulu nyago andum one thing bije dan be ka sari bar gambe no aka tawnte ya kala na bopu ala ko sa no ala alata do no alata ku te jinto because ala du ko ke already so I sondo mo dila hakilo dila ay ke mo kendori ay ayalo no ko committee mo movement and defend ya le movement because ibuke blogule tibako kide ila ni do ko ke ne ko do so do ibuka tija ite yo hakilo bela say nana ta Gambia ko la UDP nyantalo na kafuko mol bijele men yalo ko kambo ka funde o suto ni tilo la kato ko be kere UDP you understand so ni Gambia bo tabeta apota mo bele Gambia man ke kafuko dabo kunda talo wala mane kunda talo wala sisi kunda talo Gambia mo Gambia be ani dafon men be bulo ko ni bele dente Gambia because ni dimba ko taje nay dafon batandi ay mo bele batandi you understand so Gambia be nyamena sante min ka foko ha coalition winning candidate man suru nyanta la primary ngo ari nga to nya fo nyoy UDP bira lot biri UDP lot for sign UDP Gambia dorone UDP mella ta UDP ka parti wo parti be Gambia na la te ka wo parti be fara bar wo nya UDP bilo UDP namna no ka foko be Gambia ila moy to nyintiro UDP dul la ka foti ko mari kanyi tanda la ko yemen ta man betia so no party sifa be Gambia andu mol ni tawol par sila natel ko hani atel ning election ika fanya de fa chairman carte fayona atel bukalo council carte fayona atel bukalo atel yenyi mol jele ni be ibe conquering nyaton kayal no president ya andu ñi musindi men bota dia mona jang quand même fo comme coalition for example na asuk sita president na ta suro ye vice president because Gambia no muntu and Gambia no side is quite different. I don't know this attitude abotana mintole mala abotana Gambia no attitude mon better aside because Gambia no nyal katar to nyala bar ajube itafo ni be analyze le mo me ya lonko abe Gambia la palaso ta tinyaro ke nya to fo dro ikaye la morka fundi ke ibe ataka but niya jamwa ku kendo meke sa fo ya baraka ba so this is Gambia no attitude number one so Gambia no nabe palaso a camera ko jawo ka ente dur data Gambia no nabe palaso ta daji ko nabe palaso nyinin ka daji ko ari nay palaso so ta daji ko is quite different so mon nyanta hakilo la nyinto ba ni mu Gambia ko ndebe menda na UDP ko bo ali ngam bunda ile mobe ngan duru koto ngadiamu molye fonsi na candidato bi di nyaali say men ka de jakal ni te ka foko nyimte bi di non ita dum ka karto fayo biro be struggle ko say ni ko buka bi biro be struggle ko na ya kata fu Gambia bota atele moli ya kata mulla ta ka fu Gambia bota say muna de te na yella kan say na buka bi muna ite mun position na ta private ngo alinga kuta fala ka dienya yaje niela alpha respect rek you respect the whole people. You can understand. But you mean alpha respect, right? It's a more respect not. So kumo me yalo ka kafo UDP high ya usenda boy coalition wa ta bid no la. Another coalition jumala nya number one.
No, I'm coalition of all lead fam.
So what? Because
he's yet to be tested in that front. Like Alhaji Ousainou Darboe is yet to be tested leading a coalition. That this argument would have made passed the test of time. The other non-comment. He was a coalition flag bearer before and he lost, and then Barrow came and win. Then definitely UDP told you defender no, Bafla yes, Nanangake for like flag bearer, but he has never been selected as a flag bearer for the coalition. Yeah. Yeah.
So please, Gambia no la nya yela ya lo ka fo dunia kata nya mena Senegal be mbara janne nga karan Senegal la hani man kar bari tebe tuwa budu hani say korta kuni no jole betu
Abaraga Seni, thank you diam la lo siare. Thank you Sonny. Yes, since Langalo Neko Dr. Ismaila Ceesay is in the UK, ikabi jande so ibe protest organized against him ba sisla ba ite at Melbourne London ama he's here. Ngama Canada meeting wala jam. Somebody just alerted me. Yes, ngalo na gabi jane. Alhaji Darboe for Nigeria. Say who in America, states with the biggest population have the largest electoral college. It's common sense. Munana American walma for going and the Kanyala in terms of electoral college, irrespective of the size. Yellow democracy, there are some things that are very irrational, some things don't make sense, and they can never make sense. What doesn't make sense will never make sense. You cannot have UDP having an equal number of delegates with these parties. That defies logical reasoning. Science any who is the next person? Jumalam Aisha. I say television bam for okay, let me just go through the list. Aisha. Somebody will have it on Aisha account. Aisha SM. Are you there? Okay, Itamandiamo Aisha. Then we go to the next caller. Lamin Kante Matida. Yama TikTok Laman Unisalendi. Okay. Keba, you go ahead, Keba. Okay, Lamin Diada, Lamin Natale. Lamin, go ahead. Lamin, are you going to say something? Meyandro. Alamin, go ahead. Meyandro. Mbe danku kanede ibe fa repeat kam baraka
okay me kontra me listener kontra na
baraka
ala fuga in mbakele
baraka
se Gambia ko da abala fa warta after to ya fu fandia usmo nya to ya kan ka to nya ka dinai comme ya me coalition dal ngani lebe Gambia is at crossroad yala
yeah
banko nyimbe cloud mbakele what is seems like opposition on pare ka song wara mama dal Because anywhere I come pango we fanya pango da fanya anywhere in the world, you know, what Amalaka tambi the money my blah no, you know. And these people come in for is very important. You go interest for them only institutional politician only.
You know, Yalong, what is no brother, what is laughable? We had by-election also among contest. They don't put up candidate for by-elections, but
with the contest, they won't even try that because even you come, so come here for Yami. I didn't be seeing BB and able UK, some question that can be behind you and Baro.
Maybe in the Lego, near the coalition from yeah.
It's simple as ABCD.
Yeah.
And coming on press on me and I must have killing without coalition. But coalition not now winter, right?
Yeah.
But and still, Baro is still incumbent in your ending. I was saying, I have a coalition.
Yeah, I have a coalition also, yeah.
So these people have to put their egos aside.
Yeah.
And let you need to wood and clinking in conventional I don't know, equal delicate someone. So if all these political parties in the Gambia, you did be a simple sort of. Little clinking answer, wallahi, then come account for that.
Exactly. The same thing. Yeah.
They won't.
It all they were in UDP's position. If an argument make it all they got the biggest, so they would lay. It's just common sense. It's common sense. Yeah.
You don't need
it's not rocket science. It's not rocket science.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a simple ABCD, you know.
Yeah.
So you more about interest in the palaso and the book making for Gambia. So we made down a count lalia boy. Mola for Nakanashi. Kamola Mugamasa Soso, Kamola Multiaso, Multiaso, Mugamasa Soso. So the Supreme Islamic Council is pure Muslim organization, right? Every 5 years, a personal conduct of Banco come, Missy Multala, minimum Dala. Now, the new point for the see on the Mianco, Yabla, do far, do share.
But it all the Malfonga your feeling.
So, Mianco, Nin Cristiano Libege, Nin Catholico Libege, Nin Hamadial, Nin non believers, came out of another side, maybe then you must have been a couple of Comocano Soso. Is it
I'm unfair.
I'm unfair. Banco is very hard, man. It would have for 110 billion, 100 something billion. You know.
110 billion wallet in other Barola Mansakunda, but you will never hear them talk about that on this platform. So them that is not this is in 3 years, $110 billion is squandered, according to the auditor's report. No one talks about it, but they can go on if the allegation that is arrogant and so these leaders when they came out, Ikafuko, we will not rally behind somebody who is not winnable. So that's not arrogancy. That has not been arrogant, right?
You can't understand.
Are we looking at meaning of two different words? Arrogance, you know, if you tell Avicenna double statement is arrogant, then somebody say we will not allow somebody who is not winnable, and that person that you are referring to as not a winnable, you question his winnability, has on record more votes than you.
If these people have the support that they have in that country, if they don't have the support and the heavy and the crowd that we have in that country, they won't even talk to anybody concerning this coalition, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. Abaraka Baka, I love Abaraka. I mean, we give chance to others. Thank you so much. Abaraka. Yeah, go ahead. Thank you very much. Kebis Ngame on next, then Kebis. Is it Keba Keita? Is it Keba? Are you there? Keba Kinte, is it Keba Kinte? Keba Keita, ebe diam la. Okay, so Sane Balamon, you go ahead. Badunganin Keba drop.
Hello, assalamualaikum. Sifumbal Kontona Bidanga 298 are watching us. They must be very excited.
Yale go game no la kala le ka. Ngani wodo nga boro Senegalese le bulu, brin Senegalese le nyi kade da wodo ndol nga suni ti sai.
You are talking about not having evidence.
No, demo NPB supporter la.
Copy paste and it's been happening long time ago.
Yeah.
I remember reading about this. But in terms of the 110 billion, we should give credit to Mary Jobate. Mary Jobate in topical natanung they are read around about October of last year. And Anata assembly in a very nice order. In fact, Nialanin report will read, you'll feel in his tone that he was very upset for having to understand that Bankomi Nateredaminto. New amount of money can just go like that. I went for 110 billion is more than 10 times our country's annual health budget.
True.
It could finance the construction of over 2,000 modern schools, 20 fully equipped hospitals, 20, and create at least 100,000 sustainable jobs for Gambians. Now, honestly, in the next 10 decades. And it was sad because 2021, I need assemble 30 billion lebman kita janganta mola audit report institutional economy. That through debt discrepancies and 1.8 as well in terms of misstatement. Another report of 7.1 billion on income side balances in 2022. 2023, 55.8 billion in transit accounts left uncleared for years. Now, honestly speaking, Barolanin, I agree with people who are saying Nimboro Botaje ala commissioner is going to be the most horrendous of horrendous. Until I understand him. The numbers are staggering. And they're very concerning should be concerning to every Gambian. But in terms of I need means of it, billion solo, they are from auditors' reports, and they are among allegedly from the records are there. It's supposed to be, of course, maybe for IGP, Ning for Sol Nata, go take action. He didn't. So Daman Fana Malong another time will see that what he's going to do or what he's going to say. IGP.
But the IGP maybe you will move and call it. Oh, he order letter from State House. No, he's not. Woman in Abanka come UK Jantola independent police or how they got independence or whatever. Well, he danced to the tune of Adama Barrow. The Adama Kaimenka colleague. But Wala Mama Jabi and Mama Jabi Commandela.
And then even mining main phone call from Finton mining royalties were understated by nearly 80 million. And then your 110 billion, you bank 700 million.
Okay, look at that. In fact, it is equal to our national debt, Sane Balaman. Our national debt is 110 billion.
National debt is 151 billion.
Oh, it has risen to that now, has it?
Yeah. Remember, at the time 101, but I Jamaica Regile, I mean President Jawara. So President.
But Minister Amen declared 110 billion officially. So we go by what he has declared.
I mean declare is one. I mean declare. Report only means if in the 2025 man now follow me dunkan 6 kono alale along kata dami. But report only mean declare up to 2025. These are from our experts and Noha Sise, a lot of other financial analysts. Syndicator, yalo one of the problem Gambians will mean willing to combat Gambian colonel delay no.
Okay, guys. Sorry, Melbe, Italy, please. Italy, I can call.
You hide these things. They are there. Because we have to reflect the true figures of our country's situation. Is contempt. So, there's nothing hidden. So to let you know, at Italy 101 billion lela, 50 billion can. 101 billion, you want 50 billion. Well, a number for the other day, Uncle Dr. Mani, Uncle Daddy Co. That 52 years of Gambian existence, na Junomin Soto, Baroya double. What is it? Now, if you talk about mining, sand mining, it's a topic of itself, and I wish one time, near time, sort of, you can go over it. It's very concerning because it affects our geopolitical, geographical nature and our health conditions in terms of our sand mining, in terms of our families, our women, it's a lot of things that happen there, and it's very sad. Action has been taken, but we still see people complaining about it every day. Yeah,
Abaraka Sane Balaman, thank you for your contribution. Thank you. Appreciate that. No, El Gago, hold on. Yeah, there are quite a few people waiting. Exactly. But I'm more like a TikTok jam. When was the last time Nancy was here? Nancy No, in fact, I think Nancy should not be allowed. Nancy, Ibejadi. I dropped Taleko. Okay, go ahead, Nancy. Go ahead. Now drop Tale. Fue ma hani Ibrahima Silla la wala ni buka hani diamala.
Hello,
Ibrahima Silla akaite bonni politiko konole.
Yalo sa ninga tag aka tagu nyintala decline. Kolo siko. Ndadala kunu somehow Ibrahima Silla tag gaje not tag kutura but Ibrahima, you know, because ka fa ne nyama. So seriously. Can you want to send the speak your deal? Okay? I don't make an info. I'm all for like me and I together. Okay? But ndanga understand all on yani mbeka ke because ndanga la keten nya wonya UDP la bekala party bat but ntol sita gane mol gaslight ndi jam okay e ba folo mo ko grand coalition of formula against UDP la okay ko ale ko altasi ale mo kilo jele e katara kuntu ko de tolebe e sa fa la supporter sole o mo kilo Halifa Sallah supporters of PDIS o mo kilo lebe UMC lam for UMB lamba wala be no. Come on, be serious. You told me UMC. I don't know their name. Okay? Like Tasira kuna Marcelo. You want to know? Typical Gambian. Tasira kuna Marcelo. Yamero Yininka. Yamaka Talipla Patio to the Buffalo Malo. Okay? First of all, mistake the water because in day now the Quebita like how it tota close the UDP. I'm like, there is no way the son of an alcalbo Kelanin to be Kelala. I can't allow Patio.
But United Seattle Gambia because think for an Patio movement movement. I definitely Ning Atondi may rally recently. Is it Tabora Mane? Tabora Alajit. Is it no, is it Tabora? No. Menga Sukro Talagambia Atondi. Me ndi am dara afana na party movement norom de ñu dal but mol ato fola aha mo turo da we afana something movement mala ñaari afana ya to la movement de la de movement party akana party lo company well ako ala supporter sole badu for April
okay
April about fola which direction they are going to go.
I think it's going to be a party because nothing more than me alone go. It's going to be because for internet or I offer in you know. So okay, so I can't copy and screen record. I let them do the internet open. But what's that? Anyway, so say, so say. Ninko abenyame so one day nganing for Facebook go to message platform do on the platform to fala because this time kai ñu ñep dañu jël kuñ buga so I'm sitting there I'm the least smart one day I'm like okay that's strange because like there is no way until baby la fila mo la be la fita be but I know where they're coming from I know ba fala ko you know alanga mota be la fita mena okay I'm like nko ko ko yalla and America can be main combijan, you know, a be buka fi candidate killing wala. Dula mom so be ko bebe la fi lo mo kilo mena ngata. Rek it come for the prick it. Wow, did I buy come kalol like.
Like I kake jang.
Na ite na ta kala jan dolma na kala jan de.
No matter I'm too civilized for that. So what did I just say? You know, because I'm just being honest, okay? Because I know it. Okay? So say okay? Can you men down with Yako? Ibuka Kularam Botota, Nakadaro, Tekalo, Kularam Botoka. Okay? So Pati Bawi can the Patinobe, Dunia Bekatamo.
Yeah.
I get a Gambia Yadu what to give back. Gambia Yadu what to give Baba Bakele. Yamo, Baski, Yamo, Tonyana, we're all desperate to win.
Yeah.
Yamo, Tolu Bela left a win. But it can see the platform what Buffalo go, Nalman song. Will lose the election. I went on my rant. I'm like, getting separate their wrong. Nunu Yamiko Adamo Vino Bento Dinner. Getting Nove Mantobi MPP. Okay?
I followed the MPP, never MPP.
So, okay, because they are told me, I want to be there. Because of guess what? Yama, Adamo Baro, Gambia, member Gambia, Dimitale, you must all take a wulu. Yamo, Tonyana Modo Beji. They can afford a family, Samba Senegal, where is Samba to have a wulu, but majority of Gambia. You take a wulu, Pitano, Bama Lefa, Dimo Lefa. Incubator to give for me alone.
Yeah. Then I saw incubator kilomola.
Incubator kilomola. No bagel. So it's a UDP problem.
No, woman national crisis lady.
You can't put a marso to what they left the money boto sana. Yeah, but 4 hours batale, but a woman can UDP problem or Gambia problem.
But Nancy, what do you say to this third force? Like, let them come up with their own candidate and don't find another candidate and Baroni Baroilo. What do you say to that?
Well, I'm just saying because it told you 6% to then be careful. I wasn't told we in the of the echo. Okay? So it don't know how.
But their argument is they have the silent majority. You hear always the silent majority.
Okay, but time away some nonsense.
No, but it's Abibu Kachality, Abibu Kachality, Nancy.
But say it inside Kachake. Yellow field dolu, and every time anymore, Nancy carrying a phone call. I'm not even going to do that topic because it's no, Ibuka candidate on the say it. Okay? Like Ibuka top primary
18% well, 18% of men ko malo. For nyame tol toje, muna ne tol to fa ile la percentage yo. They are not with them. You cannot
exactly. Bepare, ite nunu buka effort ke naman ke presidential candidate.
Yeah, and therefore what I can judge they don't vie for the other positions.
Are they blind? Say to tap le tol nyate tele compte de bu imo jeba. Muna ne buka for candidate because guess what? Near candidate tol. I'm telling you, more than 100 votes for
Nancy, be serious, why?
No, trust me. Imagine we are it's not UDP la sira. UDP did an effort. At least they gain votes. It can celebrate. You left the Gambia alba.
Non da yalan kukili non wrong. Ntenga mara songo ni Nancy wala man necessary jam because moral opinion for it different opinion for. So what's the beef with that? You want
opinion you have your opinion. I have my but it tonya fana mbejele.
No, but remember, for you said you don't want to support my candidate. Yeah, that's your right.
Okay, exactly.
I said, okay, I don't want to support your candidate. So why should we quarrel over that?
But I am the bad one. Okay.
No, that's what I'm saying. You don't have any right to call me. I don't. Gambia, Dekabi. On what basis?
Exactly.
On what basis? Because democracy could have answer buga buga.
Meanwhile, it take a man accused. Wallel me along, wallelu inila support a party members or supporters solo. Party yatun could be to make a sacrifice more than any other person on Obangoka.
Yeah.
Because none of the Koloboni Puna party, don't let go sitting on the Koloboni Puna party.
Ngolo Nancy, coalition 2016, you could bring a whole lot. UDP could remember, you know, Mabondi?
No.
It got because UDP don't party body. So UDP should contribute more. Yeah.
ma foundation ko na nga belon me wol fokan chilege kay ko yemul sedili yemul somebody primary la janne ya understand ya mo ta da primary yemul le kuron gondige wolu mo men adama baro be pepari da faka jar kar fontol kon ko bulandi tablo ko ya understand but nak because Gambian only Tonya we bulata pepare wo coalition wo member ke 2016 ali fasala le be draft atela beke bira ko 3 years but at bala speech odila wo 3 years of atela for a break because I got 2 years at bolaka like no ka ginale bira ko 2 years inte for ko 2 years inte ko he ya man tadila ali fala you know because I feel contract I follow 3 years of break yani be mo do billion la I follow the okay I'll tell us speak you be 2 years I will forget so say yeah understand unko I'm men kala doro wala mko nte I'm not fighting about this okay kuma kilon call for ni kale
dogo PDIS le holo ninjo is that true? No, but there was contribution from all the parties. I'm not. Yeah. No, they contributed also. Ibele contributed, UDP contributed more. They did contribute. Mavo Doi did not contribute, they did, but not.
So nunu control ko first was the grand coalition kela okay malo ningi ma kala nko ko beta kambira 6% okay fine that's gonna fail okay sai nana te to follow coalition wote woga Halifa Sallah mama kande te join leka because mama kande ko fata okay esa fal wala la fite to tiga to ko ale tol fawati yamo nunu fombe ñu ñapela ñu karbe bari sai ntabe mena Sai instead of to winning candidate to be told group, they're not focusing on that anymore. Alia Korosile, Adam is going to win. Okay, fine. Okay? Because Jawara again 30 years, again 20 years, Munana Adam for next 10 years.
Because Baro
because in take out for because Niamira entered the Milamanta.
Nancy, it's not about you and I and those of us in the diaspora, it's about the country.
It's not about you and I, but Niamira you know, Mafranco, Menteka Mempolemco, Yajametal Yakamol Buta Kamol Fa. Okay? Memunya Adam Baro for the next 10 years or you understand? It go allow for it because no for it. Nana Maketa. I think Nancy Adam is going to win. Okay, fine. Let him win.
Oh, you want Nana Maleovo, Nanama.
Let one Musa, it win. Obviously, only 2% of men wait till fall. Ducky, say Adam is going to win. One Mutala next Diamo. Adam is going to win. Adam is going to go fine. Let him win. Let Adam. Well, Adam does have to be here next 10 years. Nancy
Ivananga Rubele Nancy.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, Madenge Blangada.
Nancy, but last day I'm Nancy, and tribal school be to come on market.
No, I'm a soldier all today.
Okay, bye guys.
Okay, thank you, Nancy. Okay, anyway, there's somebody here. I've been correct, can okay. If at all the information is correct, I appreciate. I could UDP contributed, but previously hold on your. But one thing I'm telling you, in terms of financial contribution to that primaries, UDP contributed more than any political party. Yes, you may be right that PDI is like Kudo Holo Joe, but in terms of financial contributions, UDP contributed more. That's a fact. If you talk to any of the coalition partners, they will tell you that money-wise, UDP contributed more than PDIS, contributed more than PPP, and all other stakeholders and GMC. That one is a fact. Okay, that's the point I'm trying to say. If you say they paid for the whole, thank you for the correction. Okay, all right. So, but what I was trying to say is, in terms of financial contribution, UDP contributed more. So, saying as a Lamin Gago, if I'm a you've been here for long. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, thank you, Salif. You could contribute. You accepted that UDP contributed more. Thank you for your honesty. Okay, El Gago, go ahead.
Yeah, come on, remember because Salif
okay, maybe it only Atalale, it only Holojo, Domorol Nimfenkol, UDP, but UDP financially contributed more than all of them. That's all. Yeah. Go ahead.
Ongula diamo nying ay mo la jigole tinya ya understand nyi ala nyi nyambo parti ni membe Gambia ni be la ba ko cité le ko bitakan ne ba ni UDP primary ke cité tambindi ko Adam Barrow punje da nyame so kono la so kamere mi sa dabo diamo to draw wala disparition o nyi nati so mo be la jiko plan B e nyi wotinya la so c'est la plan B sa en e ke mi rawale la.
No, plan B, they will have a third force. That's what they said. Yeah, all of come here, told that man let me couple on your cup. Yeah. All of
okay, I'm going to marry a couple on your car. What I can love to stand up right now because that's Mr. Sebi one day what you don't come on car look at the IEC like Dilemula or Ning Puntum Panta Mayaro car from Ning Bay back contain more la banco count. Okay. Because nimbe political party level, yes, nimbe political party level. But the condition for the mayor of come avalanche IEC, so more better fulfilled. So amanyana kala do come UDP le nyanda political period lola banko mume bekang. So wale nyanda la ko nyimbu wetele. Dol bi je men yala ka ko han political meeting in the market and then he came from command ka ko come to political party. Is it that fair? Woman fair ko. So the IAC is under the Momo Nira political party to Bangkok, and then in the political bureau to the regional in Deka. Why not in Indoneman conditional Deka at the yellow port to follow? Nila port Beden Tawarino, Kola, and Ila port Tamandino. Yaron the America IAC woman fair. I like a lot of San Balema in Lundo, na message ki IEC Kankawan in Moleko. Yela conditional yebe fulfilled follow. Janive lo itara mo distract kan internet wal ko na anin ku ko tan. Nde kuno laba nde dara Senegal la programme mo la mo ngaye mo don bije wali kame yotte ku peuple do kabo la ranka wali wulta do nyama to le wulta do so ni sa dawla diamo. Ngaba comme ko dum manke follow wo. Mbitala ko nyaato demande tawil tele. Ndeben parlo dula ron na janne 2026 inshallah. So Gambia no come and tell them for the one in the car come political party not to no committee Gambia and then electoral for Gambia italo miro ni la hamo mo. Come and join us. Ina ka UDP ma. Nga banko doku. Ni tela karanga londo e mafa mentila. Ite luale long la to come esa pa nga som totala. Ya understand? I get justice minister. Ala doko Gambia dinglien banko kang wele be anafala and then wele fanam be chance di latela pour ala parti eta na nyoto on pour ay keno president of in next time. So political party like mama kande mbela miro kiline di banko eta na jara kenda na karambo ni ko ko leta alimbe na ngakap nyoma momo kadame kedo yejeke misadaba moti me yalo is honest and then lua alaftola and then alaftola ala tamandila banko kan mod be yalo ka ko kam momo be ye panje ni Gambia ko la ka ko kam e mu Gambia dinglati ibela balu soto kanjele because Gambia tembo mento bi ndela opinion no ndelas man tarin tembo to temko alambaro be mekke kan Gambia kamon la kodota kabe dundi silo kunna yen million dundi sila kilon kunna for 10 kilometers lomba for 20 kilometers lomba for 30 lomba in next 30 years time wo silo nyinto kodo nyimuro dino la banko yinka ndi America ko kam tabitola wala ke nyi judo nyin beta because nada tunun komo ya investment wala ke kadoko bundali yele ka seno yirwandi na kodo nyin panyen na banko ka fombulo ye fa wotumo silo diatanye nyawnya pour ka deda han metron sa bondino ka metro din ko sinkata pour ka do ko ke no Gambia kono la Gambia bo tembo to bi be positionnement to bi pomo le domoro ke no la do ko ila doku kodo le fang balundi no foninke le doku soto no mole jaralo ke le fang la banko kan woto mon tina doku ko tan le keno bari resilo da dala hani ya beke diamondolti ya understand friend le be ya ila kan mo faring le be talla ya nga kan because ite domoro man domoro so be banko ku keno so wosila da yin amamol nafa menga mo dafa mo nyantal pour ke pambalondi no wala ke no corruption sembo wata itata dawale kasar ka ko ko jibe ko la yarine bibi ten ibenin ko do nyin meni di kam molla kunun tel la basse ma ba ngamol la kibarol moyle tate la basele pour kaya ka ko comme si to registre no nyame sempe mo ko pouvoir
wow
ibe don to la kolo menna yeta ye pour que la je pour ka registre
wala ñu 50 millions de bemen di kam molla okay all right baraka thank you so much el mo diam lal be siari yeah baraka diam lal be siari and I've got Keba Sabali at Gambia so meet at next I'll say I'll hapo to ngalon ka al jama al mo tra jambo Keba is in the Gambia nga chance de la diam ko Gambia la internet ko stable back Keba bismillah
yo se ungal be kontong momo be platform to jang kalbe ten to kali jay alla kacha kum malal be menke kan
baraka
ando ngam sol fanan jamal be platform to jamme alon ka kan kontan ba ke katung and this time nte sotale ko pro UDP at State House a sembo be kala musol leti katung musolio yayi tandile hani mbotanin bembamen naten kunung
ni retreat
be ngomen conclude musolu nata ke karabale tawoto andung ila diamulalu nata sia andu be la diamul ka kumale ka je ko UDP this time abita State House le andung e ka follow with confidence ko abejarale ko be la andu ba make sure la ko wale be kala this time yo bari antenga kumadantande soto pour ka fale because Dr. Mane a fale ko ayali kalam tandle bar pour ka je ko kanyo aklo bulandi katon mbenin do ko men belaten be men ke kan wolam laftale ngaje ko nga election o ke me alon ko a carte si fay a UDP si carte men gagné pour kata State House oto nimbe kacha kala wo fanna be lari nyama anin biten mune be patio bulu anin yemu yamarle di nin ataral ya fon ko male oto ali hekatu bari bawonte nata sayne lafta ka hakil blando ke o fanla albe alon ko le ko a supplementary registration o wala kana banko kan andung abedatila wato menna wala ni april karo atili follow kata fo me karo la 15 abe banna wala bari ning registration o men bina ke kanteng wala voters registration men bina ke kan abe lari nyama moli yalo ne barin sa sen kan pour mol be sa moy wala nyinti ko men yalo ko carte be bulunung bari la carte filitale o atinyatale nyim molu si carte sotonole e bari wolbe dala si kemele jola min atare abe bulle bara a filte male malo yala damen warang ya sujala warak keta nyawnya ni te laftale be $100 le jola bari be la data be la information o jela data system ko no koite asutale ni fa chamle muti yes bari ibina kat kutole dile bawo nin kat table physically ite carte fay ning akatin tala tinya tala ba katara dol bulu nyame abele kana tinya andung abuka na karanno abuka read no ko nyimu voters card le wol fane nyanto sotole pour kanyin ka renew wala ye do dila bari wol fananka $100 le bari mome alon ko anene ma soto ida birna be kala ni ayete tara dindi yare warang hanna tara kebale mutu bara me tara banko kan warang amam possible noite o tembo pour ya nyini ite ba soto wate follow la this time wala mbe insisno men kono bawo ñu kake every 10 years lem akalo so mbe insisno men kono te men mu ñin 10 years ti woto ni tem atra ka table ite faramba soto le free katu wala ñin ti te ma soto nu iman tara system o kono ko ya soto hanni be sangi kemele bari ma soto nu then ite finansa soto no la andu ite peni jolaje bar UDP e kuol mella nyin kunna tola wala nyinti ko This time is going to be different. Malafi molieta drong kanyin cartel safe wanyama drong ka voters card kuto di molula ka samba wanyama. Yin fanan nabe kala ka ke process leti me alonko patio pati kela representative le soto tabulo nyinto e ka cartelu di dame. Pour nyin kama alsi data system o nyin alsa akoy ni nyoma ko nyina waram bite brimbe nyin naten nga datle from number 001 to 00230 and so many bina mba kumas lawol to katako ko last time sunyaro kata nyame kata ni o figo ibe o record woso ma kanata jump kata fengedo wala mtako ni seta suo kono katale ka molu register koten ke blood system o kono last time wo jamale soto tanu aning ilaftale priye molu train menu be kala ni agentol me yalon ko menu be tara sirni ni tableau to patio pati ira sur le niter register tel andum ibe system on kono momo ira sur le yela mo sambana kasi wo tableau andum UDP lafte talu karandila ka fo ko moju mal la sinin carte soto no anda si base no mu tonya si falle ka nim factiolu anin nyanta hakiltula wo number solla cool to nyame therefore ko il a fallu by the 28th of February ni karo men ko na tilimuang il a fallu sate atolle along wo registration o ka kala bantabal to nyame bawe be the same old system ole use la woto iko ibe kumandiro kala ko momo ibota sate men do na tra tollia stream worle kataraje wara voting registration station nan le kataraje aliye bloud la mofula aliya tombong aliya sambe listoto aliya di ida la MP la o aliya di la councilola o alla kiamano pour ye futandi listol nyim futandi because ibina tala tol la pour kata nyim molu ke karandi o ko nyin Kenya andum ibe dandiro kala momo ni te be la moy kanyi ne bota satel tom tolbe bota satel le tolbe le mu nyin satel kanoti nkana mbatu ka foko wel maybe Gambia le ya kalamtal hani kabi sate jama beje nyim Gambia je manyin ci baro moy andu malon ko nyine be kere barin sonta ko diaspora jam fana sate te Gambia me alon ko abonte diaspora ni ataratul benta nyin ci baro fe aliya moy andal bota sate mento Allah ta pour ka confirm ala la sate kiamano commandal ya fo ko fonto la sate to atole molu to bonne ba menu bita sila nyen na tableau to pour ni fen ko men kanata nyin votas registration men kanata fonto lié alié jumale tombon men bita sila nyin sate la bantabato pour al kalul kan attestation men dia ni sefolu ani nyi mol me alon ko bina nyin safero kala inila ID card nyol faliye mo tombon na ban tollay patio to yala même UDP men nu bita sila nyin tableau to nyin kuma ya batale karte fayo akadeda janneto karte fayo men ka fotel nka ika dedale janni electiono ibuke but after electiono ko ba dedale tona yile batin na ko balon na ko fon nyanta tala nyunu ke saman banka foko albe men na mantra ke ku ka na kulel je men yalo ko manka tonyati nyanta tala nyin ko kelela la jannin karte fayo lungo kasi
kara revising court
ya revising court fomba gelale banko hani ngin ataku batale andum so tarte je ko ataku tale katu men be sirnye je nyina foko nyin takuta na man taku ntasol andum na man taku ngadalilo soto bita revising court le andum na tara ko wota be wolenya andum be ka kumbo menna nyin alkalo be ngalo ne conditiono melle kan nyin attestation on ka do ko ke baroe ngalo ne sefo ye ko men le kan ko kaje ko ka mek so ko barola pati ay gagné woto nyanta kelam to fane force batul latim be fa proof la damen ko fo men ketam wala be kala kotenke ba baw nani ko samba kiti bulale balango keta sai afele sai kotenke wo kukili wala kanana ida ay ke opportunity te kaje ko men keta kana ke kotenke o ay ke opportunity ko men keta ni wo keta jang woto barobe lo kulale baratita no nyam woto be ngani je ko nyine important han election date because nyine la result be election day fintindela woto nyin patio bele ake consent nyine keta bendula kuma kangote ko me ya lonko mobe nyanta murle la mol kan na satel to no mol tombol lata menula men ya lonko fanan ye faham rokele andu atakele doron kon danko doron ay ko e mol londi jele akana ke wote ali molu fo moliye allata menula ko woluke kango sosola andu be tara lorine te silala mola ni e toñaje ba folale ni be balan na ko men na be kala toñale kanti nganna ko nyin dati kabrin sai pour nganna election o men kana même 2026 December pour salon ko mbaga nyela nyame with confidence because ñu ka carte tinya ni nya wato tol kamba tun ka foko carte fay lunga hani wonte ni registration wato mu carte tinya wato leti su ñaari wato le kukuru wato le woto alinga nji important di before the election day election day wo kake carte fay odorante andu mennu ka fay wala carte be mennu sa carte na dita molula manya na dila menula wara dita nyama manya na dila nyama nin na tan kombe wo kelela andu luwa ko le nin carte be membu lu sita fay non sai wo be ko le ala sai wota linga pare ngato nyalondi ngai tandi barona la mulla from this stage ko this time atakala jang kotanke andu men katanon kunu wota repeat la jang ñina mu kibaro ti lafta me itandila annum be dandiro kala mobe ñin kibaro murundi ite bota sate mento alin kana jube ko ha wolbe gambelen tol malo alim be nga kumandiro ken na sate la ni lata na UDP kadi yala alin nga kumandiro ken na community signal kono kaje ko ñin ko ale kibaro moy eba ali yalo nako ñine be fo kambang andu ye deadline ne di ko moli e tare ñi molu tombom because mol le bita pour que train mol le bita pour que kachandi amanke train janti kimando ni tar sate dol to fa 1 hour ni yelen ñu be sindi wo 1 hour be ñu be kuma fono le ne andu ba faham la ko ibe UDP be lola kango men kanko this time iba jela ko kango e tamaten nte taw fala nga expert ñol so menu bita banko be round kany molu karandi ke faham diko this time ñina mun na laynti andu ñina mu luati anda ñanta lola ñin kango le ka ñina mu kibaro ti lafta même futan la pour momo ñin kibaro moy ibe WhatsApp groupe ol mento aldi am jali ñim alla sate kafol ta aldi am jali ñim fo ali ñim munke kuti men koleata nimbe patiamento ntolle ñantan na representative ñolu mendu de ci la ñew tabulo ntolle be tombonna idabi jela hannite Gambia ifana mo sate dingolati ifana mo banko dingolati ifana nakondo bigos ko be bu ka fano sate be to wat kilingola andum kibaro mu janjam fennati niyamo men ko mata alinga na election o kelo dat kabrin sai nkana mbatu foning election o tambita wara election de ngomba fight la alinga fight na put on clear rule me alon control ko lafita andum luaya fanyamen na londi o kango kan nkana mone ku kola kumbo wonta ku jarat janning abe kelale e ka defend kumbo kana so abaraka kewa
thank you for that announcement. I think in section on ni molsa melka recording canal si record no isaja si janjam formula kona kumara ba ke isaja mo jama sa mo because mo be ba platform live viewership la moy but kebala ni announcement is very important. Keba, thank you so much for sharing such a valuable information with us. And we are for Wolom election of Kasunya registration or not on the day, so we have to be mindful. We're looking at 2021 Mount revision court and not allow outcome. We cannot afford to do the same mistake again. That is not something that we can afford. But Abarakabaka Keba, thank you so much for your time. So Melbijang Bital quickly round is 10 minutes past 11 right now. So I have a lot of people who've been waiting. So I'm going to UN's here. Senate Diam, I think I'm going to drop now. You've already said your piece, if that's okay with you. For now, I left the UN something. He said UN. Sorry, so not UN. Unknown Spectre. Go ahead and go for UN. Unknown Spectre. You go ahead, please. If I'm not John.
Hello.
Wa alaikum salam.
Hello, salam.
Wa alaikum salam.
Hello.
Naam.
I'll kapomo be kontong once again.
Enimbara.
Okay, tell Madam Cisse, UDP disabled wing mobilizer.
Oh yeah, ngela comment ojole UDP disabled wing lab mobilizer. Thank you for joining us.
Okay, yeah, thank you so much. You are highly welcome.
Thank you.
Say untila damin to lanju tolo. Ali munesoto until lanju toli. Tehu lanjutul batatale, tel lanjutul batatale. Tehu naltel kumbotan, tel lanjutul we are dying.
True.
Tehu tel kumbotale, tel kumbotale, tel manyaji fotokote ko tehu.
Yeah. So Gambia ko atol buka any fenko dial facilities or preference comment to Abdou jang disable lolu jang ike take care very well but jang Gambia buka okay right
Until most of them get out of the party, I'm going to once, I'm going to twice, I'm going to I didn't sacrifice my life for my UDP disabled. UDP land you call until they are forceful land you told you do no society color, you do no political color, land you told Batatal. They will very sad. They will during the Ayajame time, tell Batata. They didn't call it on matter. Could you imagine me Sadano to tell land you told them? Maybe last class ballet, I put the Sadadi land you told her. They will tell land you told the plus of the society, Colonel Landuro Mankeku, Napuleke ala File and Euro Lantan. I can think nobody knows. They want economic tata Lopitano to Nive Vistirola. Landu Zara in the Santa Landu Tomi Yalo Tintara. Abulo fo kala pus mo neba pusla ita estele wala loko kalisti te ulanjur to most very rare kurai wulu no atongwe
true
operational na nita operational ide yellow provide la ene te un tron ka karja on saile nta lempo jole Nakoli told Dolbeji, at university attend Kane.
Yeah.
Graduate told them only me, they are university graduate. Near application stuff, and somebody do could love, do could love. Nina Tania Jeko, you are disability disqualified. For what?
Yeah, all unfair. Elaine Kumo is very emotional.
My UDP pro mission di babangkan kalpa
Elaine ibe kuma important ni ngale foka. So na futele ko yatika. Together we fought or Madam, ela network on better. Ela kuma is very important, but unfortunately the network is bad. Can you call back again when the network is better? Because Gambia network is really bad. Mulbi kala diamo moi. Yes, officer of the money. Go ahead, please. Now.
Okay. I'll be Yamula. Always, but I have to look until Landu call for them.
No, it's good that you remind. UDP had a program also in 2021 for disabled. I can remember that. That was clearly like, but.
Incoming government, until Landu told me access for the Lagile. So Nalman building okay, Purun Columbia.
Even Bull Bay and disabled access to Abe, what a kajam. And Nanang for Bandabajane, maybe I miss Lenko. Gambia Mboka disabled factor. In fact, Senegal fell a disabled nominated MP also in parliament. Until Gambia Mboka disabled factor. But I think it's something that it should be in every program. Disabled, old age, among the disabled from Hani Kebal in Tolaje Cafe, old age pensioners, Angleterre, old age pensioners, because boss ojo. Never at a certain age, a prescription of a bukajo, certain age. Ya tubabol ja kebaya bunya lanjur to bunya. But in Tola Gambia, in Tolmega for Misil Mebanko Lom Tolti, man kebal bunya, man lanjur tol bunya, man dindingol bunya. Gambia. Wala nante ni Misil Meya for Tolka ni Menketeng akante jahal baki.
program you know why?
You
know, ni ma moto week ni alon ko lanjo ko ka ko ente batu wala because time can tell you. Because lanjo ko pus la bagas ko kasiya.
Ndeysaan.
Nene yake na collect dollar. Akumbota le less than within 1 week after. Because I stock less photo. Ala had ko na maso ta ni back ya. Ako halin tan na family ba so wala pa ko kan site line. Kasi sa ilang balafan kan lang yung alfanan niya. Continuous government sinanan telefonan kan lang yan to soto.
True. No, Elanyin point is very, very important. It's good that you raise this point. Naranga kumoka chaja ne platform auto about the lack of regard and mbokaji be Gambian society from beolo nyama lanju told they are not taking ibuke bunya ibuke respect Gambia bungol from bije building all from bije mamara disable access bije imankea ndola ja hani jan disable olu jang ila parking spaces ole sote kala motor londe dameng disable be ni man disable ite hani la motor londe la je ni ya londe je be fine so la jan tuba bole disability respect wala nyama bare nteka même fon tolu jan tuba bole hino soto ngo ñulle bu ko sali ñulle manke misil multi bare ndola Gambien tol ko misil 95% misil mang lanju tol muta fenti man kebal muta fenti man dindiwol muta fenti man musol muta fenti jam musol wala kumayata jam ndol kewol man kumaya dindiwol lanju tol anin kebal tuba du jam
New 5 dollars for me a contribution of kala ngel lanju tol na contribute le for more than $6,000 to $7,000
Yo seho fum bari muso fana hani media nyaay kana nyin TikTok ni fenko te kadia
ngama wala na another is bold enough to come out and it's very important we disregard le and all this is all of us and they have a disabled wing UDP I think she's the president this UDP a disabled wing totally so bari UDP ngola linka nkana nyina na disabled wing la sometimes we focus on the youth wing, we focus on other wings of the party, but you know, they're a very, very, very important segment. And I like you kumo, I am mojamal emotional because Gambia definitely na ngafo jane Gambia dindi ngolum bukela cool fighter, buka kebal la cool fighter, buka disabled fenkol bukela cool fighter. Ikaje lanjur told they struggle in the Gambia. Bilai ni jumo kete be struggle la moli tabe sadadano la. Mansakunda o memuta fenti. Mansakunda Gambia Mansakunda they have no package ibe nyim kodo fon bi di kan NPP musol la teng muna ne nyim kodo di disable la fona mono fonte na faso la ba
yana wala nenga foko se ko comme ala najang is very important wala sina like no comme atem multi me alon ko regularly inyanta ka so jane pour ka programme down sometimes like no kodo bije mo la diamo wala ka ko jama findin yala hali UDP fan ko mo jama bije ma lon ko no like UDP like no disabled wing sort of
yeah
so like but me fanan ka fintine ka diamo because you so is very intelligent nana loud la so like na diamo loud la so mo be la mo la so
yeah Namera I will reach out to her for a special program I think I will do that
we can just look for sponsors
yeah
we can get them programs in radio stations so ne UDP not a UDP a plan on mention
it's good it's a good thing
things like so that will make a difference
Abaraga Ibrahima. So now let okay. Diamlal membi jembal Daniel like ngalonko. You know, other people have said a lot, but I told me time will allocate la because so kutala is late because I diam kiri mo be call for Gambia call. So I'm confused telephone Jumale Juma from Sabang. I told from Nali alon Jumale nasa Juma na albase have phone telenga kari Sabang because I wasn't keeping eye on who came first. Is it Cisse Bijanne, Cisse 85. And in Kaj, is it Kaj Fati? Is it? My camera from Bijam. So who is gonna go first? Alda Mali and you think Mele means Sabanjang. I told Damale alone. Seni, it is a drop number because you've said something if you don't mind. Seni. Okay, Seni from Badengate.
Come for the Janin Bejira, being disabled women for Gante, it's very important. Last time, Malo Ibrahim Jaraning Lamin Sanya na program on la moika. Fiki tewe call ke from Tujire. Dai olong bila funya jo bota mala. Aku hanib dasa mo be mudasa mo ta maso to mo.
Yeah, and Gambia mo janal jare mbukela nyula cool fight and that is I think that is an indictment on all of us, to be fair. I think we don't, and I think we should to be honest.
Kujamana be Gambia economy alako a bit important than it because Mojamala Killa Mula coming about Leptano or because they sometimes in the plaf to more don't you know. So Kakuma Jamala Moya, but Musolu come Fananyantale, we can fit it down because Kunum one of Musoyaku, I think Fata Kono Birikama Leptano because no sul buka ima attend, Yalonika, Dul Baflaku. Ni ba kela ibuka wuri jang munate ko kunte over comforter ngai my sister ngai jeni ni sifa so because it be diamond you are in pain so fane funti media leto pamodi bijele wala black cotton bijele na leta ya program problem student galo membe caring Gambia kono mobi sa.
Okay, Seni, I understand you have a lot to say, but I have to cut you short there because really Mojama be man diam about 5 or 6 people waiting. And they all have to say something. It's really getting late now. I don't want to be here until midnight. So Abagabaka, thank you. So I must I feel I joined the Kotenke from Gambia. Are you there? Come on, I joined Talade. I couldn't catch up the unknown spectre. Ngamela name Walty. Ila TikTok name. Okay, maybe there's a network issue. So Mel Mandiamo, can you guys go quickly? I'll be a contribution quickly. Moderator, Dukare, sign kana more selling in size late. Kana more selling the please. Get Danny. Okay, who is gonna go first?
Can I come?
Yeah, you go because you don't matter the so yeah, go you go. My if you can make it brief. I know it's late. Yeah.
Be content na sutola. Yeah, brother second to la yamaro moment wala UDP na focus.
Yeah.
Na focus na mol trying sa mananka fokan and then na try mbe mol sotola nyaminge la fa party nyinka. So coalition kuma ka foten is true. Puruka Adam Baro Bondi, Anyan Nakela Gambia Bela concern neti. Anyan Nakela Gambia dingo Bela concern neti. Byron Bea Jelem Puamen do Bankoka, Tinyaro men Biji Bira Kodi Tinyalemo, Amonen Nango, a film Belem the Tinyaren de Bankoninka. Kunung Fokunun and Fokunun Colon, Trokoning motorbike school. Say Tanyola Dimba, he be malata fonga mera molo fon nani ka wala fo be malata di fo ja ikeramuta. So nyimbanko tatale sign tinyaro manda mansa kunda kono na ful tinyadoro na barbanko nyina fon mala kata aka kumutelinda men fente fo malum fonga wala disaf bang.
We don't deserve that.
Okay, for kudo le be caring, but abala fa waratale and kuyaka wara sometimes near GB. So upon all that opposition oluko ikanyo kelendele left and right. Kabirun kuno camera ni internet in social media be jolon nanane because of UDP, because of Bausen na diamo, mobe life yele. Kadiamu be diamu. Kelo de woben kanne kende ke UDP. Bayri ne man tol ko nganyatele man sakundala wala mun na problemoti bari Gambia mul dolu ko hani mbe nyatel na UDP la because wol diamu tale ye in memula right ani lafta menkela ani membe kering yata yafo bari yalon banko fana ninto nya fana tumaranke yata ja kaketen Gambia be damento sign mo bukalum fango me tonya botal tonya nyan na fola nyama nanya me kala damale he kat bu ko ni diam te sa fay ke balene bar mo ne njam bar Gambia dingol ntanga merali ngan na bankoji ali ngan na bankoji nga kaf nyoma ngan denyola na Adam Baro man nyan na tala nyim banko kan 2026 carte fay ka foko Adam Baro len koteke o man sakunda ndum Gambia dingolu one team fana
Adamu Barrow tinyaro menke ni banko kan ni nafulo la Gambia la taxpayer la nafulo la Gambia dingol talon na ndu tala pen fanan sotono la fanin Adam Barrow wulita woto le balon na menke tanyim banko kan because hanisai mbe nyonene la hanisai to nyaman sabate folo hanisai banen Adam Barrow tata fala man sakunda jita nyim banko kan woto Gambia dingol balon na nyuni tinyaro menke nyim banko.
Absolutely. Abaraka Mai, thank you so much. Saying who is going to go next? Jumara Nata next. Yeah, and therefore Marlon Jumara. Yeah, your chairman just go then. Yeah.
Topic of money or just general?
No, a coalition called Katajang about Bausin Lajindiamo. Okay. Yeah, that was the main topic.
Yeah, I've been moving content. Come on, Suki Afro. Yalong, Diamole made a comment. Amba Marco do my camera ning Namusu like it is like day. Bear to have it.
Yeah.
It's in a compound modia for the better play more than for Talaro, Watola, Polatology, Alak and the following. Call is more Dauda, Namara history, Mandula Bello, but Nyari Tarico, the Mamera, in call is over formula any country, the party Bakata, Akala, Party Noka. The Mamia, not a fan of the maybe somebody can put
it doesn't happen anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
It does and you know what? How delusional these people are. Near Nininka, name me one country where that comes. They wouldn't give it because it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't make any sense to say a small group should lead a bigger group. That doesn't make any there's no logic in that. They're just trying to be completely out of the loop.
In fact, with all due respect, to those political parties, they're calling for coalition cover party, Bamas, or party Dimas.
Yeah.
What impact most of them have on our Gambian politics at the moment now? Because most of them maybe they are political parties on papers. I'm sorry to say, but you haven't seen any impact that they've made in terms of contributing to the political arena in the country. Some of them just started now. This is what happened 2021. How many political parties registered because of Lieutenant Party leader, Lieutenant Party? How did most of them end up?
No, they are seasonal politicians. They will go out of the limelight after the election. Yeah. Just 1 or 2 years they come and make noise. Yeah.
So my little
yeah.
So political, you did made a political. Where are some of us who told them before 2016? I started with myself first. When most of us told them, Bukhari come from associate with any other political,
yeah. Yeah.
Babi stood the heat, and I'm more, and some people in the diaspora. I remember. What's I think at a level feel playing at a side there. Yet men make alcohol, woman, in fact, Baron in prison, I don't want to present as scientists of Gambia. Barbarian Baron and I present everybody think that he's taking a president. With all due respect to him. Because another Kenyaman, President Yakum offended. So now the money getting no longer to get the Kafun Yoman, political party me want and allow when I come. Yeah, they have their own personal reason, but this is not about Bauseno, it's not about the UDP, it's about the country. And only the UDP got
and Chana Melakono, interestingly, what is so intriguing for me, when these people have the audacity to say UDP people don't have the interest of the country, but they do. And just because you are supporting, you have a preferred candidate, and UDP have a preferred candidate, but you sit down in your corner and said, you always supporting somebody, and you cannot make sense out of this. And they don't even have the courage, even for these local government by elections, they will not put up a candidate. If you love your country, then any election that comes in this country here, when there's a by-election right now, Labour Party is going to put up candidate. Conservatives are putting up a candidate.
And the Green Party.
Yeah, even the small parties here in the UK, they all put up candidates. But Gambia, when there is election, you will never see them there. Only eyeing for one number one Marina parade.
Exactly.
That's all that they are interested.
I remember, I'm never crying. Pandemic in the car for them. Ako, I don't know UDP can Yaya Bonde. I don't see that temple in Fallen Rock and Alena Funky in Niji. Ako, Utumo, Nkari Mamma Pari, Umo, Pabino, like Kid on Watamana. You can have Banyo, Baka, and Yolkaho, but I have a Mukai. Utumo, Modo, Lemina, Eco, Interbono, Ndaka Modo, Nkarantala, and then a pig dealer or something like that. But where are some of them made the Bangkok at that time? Pabi was there, and I put forward, on the list, another executive order, and then more ordinary people will be old, a mantle of attending, but another. It's a no, but I beg it another size and side about not Johnny just come. Sorry to say. It's a honey, Nimin Bahad and old gentleman, Kumasi Kotak. Yammer no man, Kumko 705 level. It's a binala.
Okay, so, Baraka Chamo. Yeah. Abaraka Chamo, thank you. Dembo, you go ahead. Dembo, go ahead, please. Okay. BB, Dembo, you go ahead. BB. Yeah, Mungalaka Olaf, no problem.
Okay, bro,
yeah, Mangiba.
So program in a problem concerns about Gambia because man platform more do I'm not about Gambia that contribute because man I'm been to do Gambia. No matter maneka Europe sir, why I'm been to do Gambia because Gambia like do fala understand that? But the problem of Gambia is what we are talking about. What you wax sikaw and you deficit about different. People first of all they want to have bro, no man 1996. We defeat on form. The Mumiti. When Dan Japa shooting con, I'm not very digging from the tea. We do go be that was 1991. We 7 months. How much this is never remember? She days about
1991 or 1994?
That's for 1996.
1996, yeah. But 1991, Jawara Mufane.
1996. Time you get Mandamado school, local UDP. Understand? So, election will be wrong. 2001, we know right boy be telling 2001 election, we know right boy be telling the bank how they will come jump. Do really go hold my own UDP. Understand my issue? Understand? So, man, the man will discuss a very product. I'm the problem of Gambia, boy. We know what's it called. We know different about different.
Dega.
Understand? That's the most important thing. It's not a new one you see out there. We know what's it called. Why not different? I'm not different. I'm not understand what my explain.
Understand now, Manglade. No, problem me more in a politics with tribalism.
This is tribalism.
No, why don't go there? You say in people support, sir. People support. Said all this Apex thing. Look at this coalition thing. People are supporting Khalifa over D.A. Jao. What? Isn't the coalition just be formed by Honorable Khalifa? Any other Gambian can lead a coalition, bro. We are all citizens. D.A. Jao don't be Gambian. But people are saying, no, this Apex, they are suspicious of them. So Khalifa's bomb is more credible. You're telling me that D.A. Jao will get involved in something like that for dubious? Yeah.
Okay. In every country, opposition party, the leader, the opposition am dole, the coalition be wara fekasi. Party bu am dole, for the coalition be wara, coalition for the party union wara feki. We understand now. But then think one thing is that Gambia, you fan, you that mistake, you that she Adam Boro, then what try you the lot. How understand what explain that? Moi, buñ fal nit because they met. For example, buñ fal nit because they buga change. They fal ko nga is competent to willing for work for the Gambia. That's the most important thing. Ko nga dafa pare pour liggéey pour Gambia. Gambia meeting now. Gambia no security. Gambia anyhow.
Guys, I know you guys want me to pick you up, but it's late for me. It's 24 minutes to midnight. right now. So ning you know more dol man diamond sal pick knowledge. I still got 3 people waiting. Yeah.
Honestly, I don't want to explain that. So then try new Falcon is competent for the put the cabi. Why wouldn't fall because of them or we fall because of them change? Understand? But bro, understand one thing. What is on up at Luneka on ground is different. Forget how we root. That's the different issue. People are talking about their voice up. Why Sunjet Pijore for the difference in
okay.
I want to understand how you explain. Teman lumala wani binako ngateko. Gis nga wax bi muna bari ci kaw. Why Jeff PC Ron?
Munga was so clearly, bro, because Yange was in a very vague way. Luneka si gram. Munga was exactly what you mean by this.
For example, what is on the ground thing? One, okay, midna some people.
Yeah.
Midna some people we are they say they are on the UDP. What is that explain that? Why we they one way? Okay, do so okay, for example, we say that we have election because then what is the use of your UDP?
Okay, domi UDP kula work privately ne pabi so tawi madu boko sani bode
and always call figure you subsidy UDP. Do I been do I nyari do I
bro let's come on hold on bro yang say platform okay mon nga ma lim and names no you making an allegation here bro ne yo no deglo luta ma wax la nga lim names because ñu bari ñoy deglu bantaba yange ya heli no deglo ma yange ya heli domi UDP ne UDP ñu dé ñew ci kaw di campagne ala Ousainou Darboe ñom ñoo dé dem di wax ne ñom pa bi su taxi ñen no bro hold on please. I'm the moderator. I control this platform. You cannot come here and make a wild allegation and you cannot back it up. Okay, thank you very much. You can drop off. The problem is this platform is a very serious platform, okay? I will not let, I see a lot of platforms, you can go and make loud things and it can pass. There is degree of responsibility here, okay? I don't care, you can be a UDP supporter. I don't care, you can be the you cannot come here and make a wild allegation because yi jahasela. Because ngane amna ñu nek UDP ñom openly ñu ngi campagnal ba Ousainou way ñom privately dañ la dé wax ne ñom duñ sani ba Ousainou and you don't have the audacity to tell me diw ak diw. If you have the audacity to come and say that on the platform, then you should be able to make the names. I will challenge anybody. So I mean, if you have the courage to come and throw that wild allegation, then you should be courageous enough to say diw ak diw ak diw. But otherwise, yangi buga ilafta molle jahasela. So molbe UDP le those are mira ko ko carte. You will not get that on UDP online Bantaba. I will challenge you. This platform is anybody is coming here, be ready. Okay? Yeah. No, alafta molle file nyokang. Alafta UDP call damale file nyokang. This is all part of the tactic. Yeah. No yala monana Dembo, hold on. I know my job. Okay? Abe diamukan in vague terms. Abe diamukan wala nankai ko. Why can't you just tell us clearly what you are saying? So wala nanata nyimfo. No one te fangata nyimfo because he was just beating about the bush. Okay? Dembo yala benyame. Nte I study human psychology. I know human being. Ka hadama de uni diam tarek nka lone. Bira diam tarek wala na ngabula diamta. Wala na bira imagine kai ko can you come up plain because you are beating about the bush. Ngo for Daniel Lekama. Because anata jahase roll la platform auto. Anata ka UDP called the Mali Sobindi Nyola. You're not going to get, you can get that on other platforms, not on UDP Online Bantaba. Try another platform, not here. Okay,
la 2016 now from going kuma pula la kafo yol ko that big of surrounding so on the ground of the Halifa Sallah nin fen kenyo la bigebo You understand me? So in 3 years only, so why femman sign moto kaiti malaje jama ka that le coalition on nyitinga kutonya da kuma kanti ndali fasal yara kuma ko yagala masadilla misaniyan jongo bika non dino ni la mo ko reso ni coalition on mi kata ali fasal ta da lo afangele ni ka fa la to bank wala banko kana ba dala ta mandare sondo mogo nko kan for several type platform jama nko gambe di wala peke la banko bonde nyim budo kono le because yemi fo pa biola karola ya kisi la tonya ta kodo anunda kanda gelo nda kanyim fula yemi se nko mbe musol le la atelle ka bata adi wala ka pa jiol kono adi wala ka mon tora atoro be gala musol la ka yani ko nyum kwale sono nyinga halifa sala atara lo afon la dara sa kuma ko ya afon di ko 20 last quarter fon ko e kata mu tulo la le ya dendendi ya ko beta ya mum ya la data aya ala mansata laje kuma ko ya afon di ko jon fon halifa sala tara lo afon ye amam pare ka jon UDP data amal la UDP anda nyum be kelal de
no but Dembo hold on please, can another opposition party leader attack on Bantaba? You cannot do that here. No, about attack and hold on, Dembo, hold on. No, Isala approach. No. He's not longer opposition leader. Ablai, can I interject in Bediamola? If I give you the floor, then you can have it. Okay? Left Manila, he is not currently the leader, but he is a very respectable figure in PDIS. It's just like Alhaji Mamadou Sane, how he's respected in UDP. He's not our leader, but he's a senior member of UDP. Okay? Alphalom. And we have to recognize that. Look, Isafo Noleko, ala approach, abemenke kan kataka another group, ibe ayamar la munela, abeke merankirin, bari kafoko, amalafi kamola, amalafi, abe tinyaro land, something like that. You cannot do that on Bantaba here. Maybe you can do it on another platform.
2016 yalla ngi ko 3 years wala say kati fema kati man findije ya so kuma kan kilo wala ko ñin la ñin carte ba min la bandaja
how
because that the jama ko that the surrounding ya ko meeting da ko mala akon 5 years ni min ko baro be baro jinda 5 years abe supla ko why ma sup ko ni man da ay ma
no Dembo hold on Dembo Ndeni de bebe UDP le. No, hold on, Dembo. Alinka cool somebody nyamen saying for now. Let's sometimes be very calm about things. Alinka natani emotions la. Okay? Alaju jenu davo circumstance me ala tata mile to iten inte be olonde. Bring coalition kachabe kala tonya la TJ. Okay, coalition ole kambenta in 3 years la. You cannot put that only on Halifa Sallah. Alaji S Dabo Dembo lamoy man la finkana nyo sabajang. Dembo Alaji S Dabo be UDP la kan represent o coalition of Tiamola. Fabu kan represent ji. So kaiti sainte je ita folo ko Halifa Sallah la wo hanata Halifa Sallah idea samane bele kambentala. You cannot just put that on Halifa Sallah. Ibele kambentala. Yalo na politiko muna akole yandi nkan na politiko nka polarize le momo kala fika nyin don nondi. Itol kan menken tol lan tol kana okay because it just come itol kan 3 years o ba usenu la fo ako tonya lo ni momo ka be la fo but Halifa Sallah could have also challenged ba usenu on that there I offer we could do that but in that for ko ba usenu I menke I feel like I told fenke anata iba for her because of yes nin coalition talks I attached and you need to start but alngi advice be na cool ge miran killing. But yang Gambia political money kombla ninkombe nyola nyatom kol talambe doyandi la be fengela thing. It's not good.
Okay, so when the political multi is different, you understand?
Yeah.
Because kuma kan tonya be kan mabuno. Biri sai ko ngata nga UDP esa fal na da jonda UDP kan. Why Halifa Sallah man soka da UDP.
Mundu mala esa fal jonda UDP kan. Dembo hold on. Dembo esa fal mutu mala jonda UDP kan.
Okay, wait. Yalla ni bende bambala life. Bo nyimba comment kan ba ko ensa fale ala paka UDP join.
No, I'm over Dembo. I'm over. I'm over. Yalon dembo. Allah problem of menti. Ndebatol fo yamar la nalbe diam ka UDP toyala al ka careful baki. Because ite katale ka UDP against so eka cool jahase. Ndeni debo problem. Os Bob mo ofo. Os Bob lon so bela mbe platform amofo. Amafo ko SFL join the UDP kan. Amofo. No, amofo. Amofo dembo. Amofo. Ya nyine ka nalta platform dale ngi sifal ale mol jahasendi ya jon tol fo nyanda kefla ni be diam la UDP la homework ye ko long ya understand os bob mo wofo os bob ye memfo ako ibe epex ye kacha men kumandi itol dabi jele ni UDP ako kachal be ko kekanne ako ning iko kambe mo menketa atela leader sonta wala te be bulala ala leader ye memfo bara mafo ko esa jointe UDP la kan amofo yaman politiko nimba kala alngan politik tonya kedron ini ala idea but politiko kanyin don nondi pour que fonctionner andi atena fala fenna. Thank you. And you keep on going to platforms, you keep saying this ibafala Halifa Felaman join SFL join ala fonga ya lon ko yalo nibe kumo fola man satala bembele la moy kan ndeka men fa linka na kaburol dibindi nyim politiko mbe nyirala
2016 ya kuma kula ko sa 3 years of brava sen that tige o ko ta gambe dum bewa so why me ade ko UDP la coalition o nyintina e ko dadle coalition o nyintina ko da Halifa Sallah ne hajo side jarol ba on travel dole.
Okay, so it ala fa mun fola jang, what are you trying to say exactly?
Ambe wala 2020 wala coalition o tinga ko kuma ko ni na board bit na ndela ko point dolo fo. Because Brigade, you cannot say this, but I will say any platform because Brigade will be on the ground and see the Jadanol. And you're 3 years on the side. So why would 3 years or more we month in the land? But that needs somebody that did not point.
No, Dembo, I'm sorry. I have to drop this conversation because I'm not getting sense out of this. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry to you, Malafikeza, but I'm not getting sense out of it because you got any direction on me and Sabola. I'm sorry. Thank you very much. Amifatu, you can have the floor. Thank you. Amifatu, you can go ahead, please.
Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah. Edinburgh.
You know, you can say like Italian Gambians are sleeping.
Yeah.
You know, Italian made a Pukambian will make it and the wall make it protect. And UDP, metaphor, Corabani, Cortanding, it contains the Momo Sika. Again, I think I cut on this work on the Papata. It a contact a Japan. Oh, it's a Integrated in the Corra, connected Nayapaha. It's a Banaka Fontella, but it's a Japan.
Yeah.
You can Gambian also knew the police in our court now.
Yeah.
The Gambian also have taken a bullet. Movie, Pati, movie, Capitola. Ninil man, Many along Pare Pru Yanaki, Yakafkata Uripila, Punabanco Bonde, Arabaro Blogan. Italia GB, Katu Mukakala. Voters all of protest the Yaki. Come remember, you can say, I love it, the spirit in there. I always quote it. I'm following that politics in there. Politics. I'm following it very well all the time. So, member community, the less spirit man sort of, you can be able to spirit sort of. Well, I'm the Arabaro Bondila. And Gambia, it will be easier for the Arabaro.
But Fatu, where is the Bobby Wine situation? I understand you keenly follow it.
He's still in hide.
Yeah, he's in hiding, and Museveni is still in charge, isn't it?
Yeah, okay. And the son is still after his Bobby Wine.
Yeah. I think the son is the head of the army. I think I don't know for defense minister.
Yeah. So okay. Bobby Wine is good. Even the citizens are advising him to stay in the hiding.
Yeah.
You know, not to come on the surface until when they still determined that before the end of this month or before the mid of this
year,
they will get him swearing in.
Okay, okay.
But then maybe inject with other stuff.
Oh my God!
So he's not in a good state at the moment.
Yeah. Sad. African political kind kumun samorom duma bilai sembo jairek. So these autocratic leaders,
But I was saying, Gambia, we can do it. Gambia content weekly. Near to the Yaman, but don't know like I'm from say about that now, about now. I didn't medicate him will take a multi-aga. Give us stop. So I think can I give up? I think I can't bring a good UDP like no banco falling. Like a program for Gambia Dingale.
Abaraga, thank you, my father. I told member for Kanko Sini, I told about for Kanko Dembo make a point that if anybody have seen his point, come and tell me, because I don't see the I don't see the you help me. I don't see the mang Mdeman diamoni man sense make the all out in.
Yes, I know, and when you understand that. And I'm talking for long ago. Covering 2016-17, that interview of them where he said, "Ni momo left the borough for set of pride G, constitutional parties in our civil court." Or Kumokino, we only funny. They are funny politician or lord on the podium in 2001 election. Kafatle double in Gotinia, the same in Gotinia to coalition of Tina. You can fall up a everywhere. And for me, on one relevant side, because Morocco 15 years ago. So, moving to mirror, me and mirrors are feminine podiums without side. But still, more careful. When they want to come after UDP, they can follow. So, that's them more of the Jerepala. And Kafuko, SFR joined, I mistake slip of it or maybe. SFR joined the coalition.
No. Okay, can I interject quickly? It ain't member thing. I think we all say that. Okay, you, myself, and everybody said that. Dembo did not stop there. Dembo total ako, imagine ako, I'm just trying to paraphrase what he said. Ako imagine Halifa, I menkenung 3 years old, I'll have to work a new dom for that law of 5 years. So ako at esa nyimfane 3 years old in Tinyale, Molbuko ofo. So he went there. That's the part I didn't get. Mangole point understand. What is the correlation between?
Yes, I'll say maybe we'll
so what I'm asking for helping Melkoya or Diamo understand if they can help me. No. I never said no. No. Ablai. I never said. Did I say that? Kana Halifa? Did I say that here? I never said that. But ngo niga molla nyato political leader doya. I doya la ko. I meant for jananga apply. Mfana mbeja ntulo. Yes. No. This is not about you. This is about my opinion. Ntele ko doya. So you need to listen to why I doya. Ite ko ama doya. I need to explain why I doya. Yeah. Okay. Anatale ako ala diamo I meant for lofo. Ako imali Halifa nyuni memfo nyuni mam banko kanu imala fi banko la okay bi jumale be honde be Halifa Sallah jela ikama la fi Gambia honde Halifa Sallah no hold on sile mbatu ina se disagree no le sa fonta support la but bring ya jame which is all mutajang which is jumale lota Gambia kaw buala kumo fo ya sorong ya dunde maltu today be lola le ko mal la fi Gambia. What is belittled? Come and be ni more lote ko ala du senu dabo man la fi Gambia. Ya doyale. Yes, Halifa was in mine too. Halifa was ya jamela pardon.
Yeah, sentence.
No, he must sentence ya la pardon before it had court, but he was put in mine too.
No, but he was not sentenced.
It doesn't matter. Today, even if you put in mile 2, no, apply. Alinganyo. He was fighting for the rights of Musoli Komenu Buati. Yaya muta adunde mile 2. In yanda sambala court, ya withdraw. So you telling me that's irrelevant just because he must sentence?
No, it's not relevant because it's a news to me to say that Sorong cause, Sorong.
No, put in mile 2. He was detained in mile 2. Go and check the archives.
Are you sure was in mile 2?
Minala Janen Keba about 250 Bella Moelenka come for me along is misleading.
Okay, that's okay.
Go and find out. If that is not true, I will apologize. Go and find out. He was detained in mile 2. Falsely involved wale from Worcester. Mbatu apply wale from Worcester come detained falsely without court or sentence. Ya done mile 2. That's infringement on somebody's right. Imagine Molba Foka, yes, it's true.
Yes.
So the fact that he came along doesn't mean it doesn't happen. So he was in mile 2. We also have information just like you. He was in mile 2.
I know.
So moment lota ite B iman support fine but kafuko among banko kanun teni momo yo jambafel that's condescending. That's condescending.
Yeah,
and that's why I stop. That's what he said. I so yeah, the problem is stop them. Mol kat ñinu fa nga ñim menkete amambete katale ka baw sen just because be kamfara kama iko kuma na steering all farmer. You understand? And he ala baw sen wala na binga safaro ka Facebook. He doesn't deserve all these attacks because he has a right to speak his opinion.
But you cannot stop that.
No, nobody but yalom fa nga right to ka condemn. Ndolma abla mote mo stop la no jang. But muna na molka condemnation okay. Hani tubabu du jan ning actual ka muna na government molka condemn. Condemnation is good, but that doesn't mean that you can stop it. But you have to condemn something. Adama Barrow idea mo dol muna na molka fundi Facebook ko ka condemn. We cannot stop Barrow from doing what he wants to do, but we can condemn him.
We have a problem. Since 96. The problem was settled. So problem is time. This is your platform. It is a platform of rule and regulation now. What you are doing is good. Political political cable. There are certain things in Manila I understand. But I think Mala would love me, but then the criticism we were doing is constructive. It's not like another drum to throw. Just a mistake like by saying SR joined, SR didn't join, but he joined the coalition talk and all that. So, but even for lastly, more to
Ablai, nobody is beyond criticism. Anybody can criticize Honorable Halifa Sallah. Honorable Halifa Sallah is not beyond scrutiny and criticism. Like a beginning approach men come for this coalition talks. Defanga kachajanne ko nyimbu duplicationality. It's not necessary. But yalo nyi leader solo ninte ka mol dani minana nyi leader solo yalo hanina apply entol kulu ko kanyamena na adol kono alpha kumo isek alpha liba criticize there is a way to say it, right? Okay?
Yes.
Compared to fulango ni be fulango criticize la. You understand? Yes. Even though they are politicians, but alinga trying a measure. But nika that platform auto, you just like atebe kangomen la kanyin kango Osbob Tadalako as a falca alata Osbob Mofo.
It's a slip of the tongue.
Now, I'm a slip of the tongue today. Imagine Dole Komendako, he is going round. No, hold on. Ablai. Dole Fong Komendako, Dembo is going around saying the same thing in other platforms. That cannot be a slip of the tongue.
Okay, then, because yesterday, I think I was with him on another platform.
Yeah.
Understanding.
Anyway, let's move on. Bauer, he is not here. Let's not make him a topic. I
want to focus on this 3 years thing. For me, I think is no more relevant in the government politics because if Barrow can stay serve 5 years, and it was 3 years given to him. None of these opposition leaders who were in the coalition, and even me, when I'm very disappointed in this opposition. None. More than among kind of in the midside.
I agree with you on that. You see, that is a very constructive criticism. Apply. Yeah.
Last year.
Yeah.
Fatma Tama just said she have a copy show.
A signed copy.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't know what's stopping her.
No, I don't think there is a signed copy because inside copy be
even whereas he can come out with this signed memorandum of understanding now, it's too late. Why can't they produce it around the time this thing was like on fire? People are saying that 5 years, 3 years, let them come with the memorandum, you know. I don't know if they move cable, a new cook, and then take a stakeholder, biggest stakeholder.
Yeah,
so they have the diplomatic community also were involved in that, memorandum of understanding. They will get a copy, the side copy from all. But they are with insincerity, I don't know what I call it. I think they were sincere. That 3 years was just, for me, it was just a bait, to polarize Gambia. That's what we are facing right now. And I will not apologize for that. Thank you.
You don't need to apologize for that, Ablai.
No, I will not. They just did it to polarize.
No, I agree with you that 3 years should not have been there because Manekada, but constitutional for 5 years, why add another layer? Probably it will not be honored. You create this complexity. And those situations are the thing. So I think in hindsight, what 3 years Yalong, what we should do, we can say, for example, the people who are blaming Alhaji Ousainou Darboe for these 3 years, but equally, Manana bring Alhaji Ousainou Darboe for Honorable Halifa Sallah will Manaka challenge and the coalition partners. But they kept quiet, so they can criticize on that for their silence.
Yes.
This is what Mr. Kamara, everybody can challenge these people and go. Al Cavo, Alhaji Ousainou Darboe, but
you want to say that?
Yeah, yala blay. Diamo fanang nibe diamo kampatio toralis. Diamo. Yeah, you need to be very careful because at the end you have to be careful. UDP column. So now and sometimes gajele fanaka diamo emotions lela. Malo fala nature lombang for whatever. But he's like, okay, maybe ala nature or whatever. He has no control.
Even me, I'm too metaphor from it. So I can also.
In mature no, maybe immature political media they are more or less. What am I even near freedom calling a vexle?
Yeah. Freedom. I was totally broke freedom. I can't even watch it.
You want to block Panderi?
I don't know, but then there are people behind it, but I don't know. Really. So that was it. I mean, because the same thing, Ego and Gaslight UDP and lie against UDP. So if you want to come and debunk it, the Uruk Mandino, this the strategy. But more, I think people are more for understanding.
Yeah.
But in the day, it's from the diaspora.
Yeah.
Will be diaspora abroad.
Abaraga Paka Blay.
America, their political side, the university. Some of them are even bomb homosexual.
Oh no, can I over Ablai, please. Don't tell that on Bantaba, please. Please. No. Ablai, Yalong, the problem is maybe it's a for Allah suit on TikTok live program or the Bantaba, please. That is not Yalong Nimong UDP la tag bejang. Ya understand. Kumodol nyanta for la jang. Mola sexuality. It is a very sensitive issue. Apply. More can offer. You understand? You live in the West here. It's a very serious thing. So not only political, we get angry sometimes at any emotion, but let's be. It's not a nice word. Even some people are commenting. It's not a nice word. I'll not refrain from that. Yeah. I'll away from that. So. No, but y'all apply. You have your TikTok account, okay?
Yeah, I have my Facebook account.
You have your Facebook account. Nothing stops you going on your personal accord, doing saying whatever we say. But Nina the Jang, yeah, we have to control a little bit of things that. Yeah. No, but y'all Nico Banco Tinyarante Ndovla, but y'all certain words near for Jang, I will definitely say please hold back on that. Yeah, I understand. Okay. So, thank you so much, Ablai. Thank you.
But it's freedom of speech. You more freedom of speech.
But freedom of speech comes with responsibility, Ablai. No. Ablai, you want to prolong this debate. Ablai, freedom of speech, even in the Europe, comes with responsibility.
I can name it. I didn't say that in
No, Ablai. Neither the conventional media houses here in the West, certain words niafo, moderator will be restrained because the media itself could come under scrutiny for saying that. You know that. You living in Holland, you know that.
No. I depend on for not just to name that denomination, you know.
Okay. I'll be very keen if you can try that in a television station in Holland, and you go on some of the words free.
I wish I have the chance.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Abaraka Blai. Thank you. Abaraka. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. Okay, bari will be program will stop like the sign. Alabaraka. Chorno, thank you so much for being here. Look, I just want to, on a closing remarks, ngamobe bunyale, ngamobe la palaso dila, nga anim fanang, lafta yamaro benkela wala nyintiko. Ndema believe nyina kafoko imu UDP nkolti ndema UDP nkolti nye kumafo memma nyinya o kumo ndangaje ndema nyante bulala le ngofo because nte tonyala nte sindija ntenga menje ko tonyalo. I could be wrong. But ntela politico mbakela le with decency andum malna purka just ka luxury ta ka latitude ta ka fo platform le be mol mo jamal ka mol ka mo to dine ndol momo be jang ngafo janne kule be kunna men warata anu ganyana jela nyim politico diata bare kitiyo ben kunnale andum alama jamfala ni luolum imariye la itebe odla men to teng UDP ngate fasala je mote fasala je ila barake wala be fasala so alinga careful nse mol challenge nole na kumafo but alinkana kangola mol andum nkan amam min ko ni momo manta UDP banke banko din kendeti because that wouldn't even make sense because Gambia be talo no UDP just like nyundol fenanga memfo ha nintol meto la candidate of fasan tol mo banko din kurngoleti how does that make sense kavon tol mam mojan tol nga ba usinu da malaje son tol ma la fi banko la that doesn't make sense kafoko just because UDP man lafi ita la candidate so UDP la candidate or man UDP man lafi bankola so look two wrongs don't make a right okay so mbenye yamaro le deal nde ngala ko nyimo free social space lati of course I platform all siatale in fact momo sela individual TikTok of ko eta men dia da yafo but alle ninata UDP bantaba ajibe nyin kenni mo men nata jala afta ko UDP ko jahasi yalo nga aritele okay most of you are happy with that. So nim modo rata jam fana alafta ka honde bu Halifa Sallah ka kumul fayam me alonko ntela conscience yalongo is not fair nintenga ndey mbekala na fi quality. I will never allow that here. The member kamvalan kama salam. The mayor feel ko I'm not you don't like my style. That's okay. Everybody to their style. Mol kara platform otole mol be kangola mol le bulaji ba fola. Ite memo moderator to you take responsibility of that. If you are moderator and you are even more la mola bem kamola la mola and itele because ni live ntele nga yele ntele tata TikTok live so if you nata jang I have to take responsibility ni mo nata jang I kuma fo mola mela ngo ndefana na wala bije it's morally it's duty bound on me to try to stop that ninga mari fana tata fongola live yalon de se usedli I'm not responsible for that na be mengo men fola je aba yekala wo mamari la hafirolti. But as long as I'm moderating here, ni monata hani Adama Barrow memo Adama Barroti. Ni kumo fa ngalan ko this not true may stop lale. In as much as I want Barrow to go, ni na de kamola Barrow la jam. Fonata malonde. Mafle ko no ni woka in Barrow ma woke. And I will say no. Because I take full responsibility of all the words meant for a so ni ntenga ni manyin na ni point challenge. Then I will be disingenuous. So this is how I want. I've been always operating my programs like this, even before I joined UDP, and I'm going to continue like that. Funny alalu lumena alayem muni political kono. Yeah. Will everybody will be happy my style? No, because the work that I found in the phone watila. Mota ya me along la style kadi amodo. Dolbe kamfale kamale. Dolbe caricature be stereotype la. Don't worry about that. What you should be worried about how Allah Subhanahu wa Taala sees you. People are not going to motivate kitindila. Allah lebe kitindila. Don't worry about what people can have wrong perception of you. Don't worry. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't bother me. You understand? So Alama Sudo Kairosiala for maybe tomorrow we'll be here or day after. how the schedule is. But Mbalbe $10 van Alcala support menge. Today we got 103k likes, 103k likes. That's massive. Bantaba anu almost mo jamale program mo jibe jang. Almost 300 people plus nara jibe TikTok. Yeah, about close to 300, 400 people in jibe Facebook. That is really the platform. Mashallah, mo jamale ka follow. And it's past midnight, 1 o'clock in Europe, but still 198 people are listening. That shows how you value this platform, and I really appreciate that. Mbedwala Cairo la wolo nyintiko nyo saboni nyu noise me alonko alama ale jisuma bonje because man need okay alama ale Gambia bondi mbenyin kolea men konoten. Balako, I'm still active tapping, but Bala is okay now. So I may program to stop la journey for what you know. Allah barakabaki. Thank you. Good night. Barakabaki.
Ale fonsaje de. Ale fonsaje. Ale fonsaje. Ale fonsaje. Muna dabo sanka baluo. Ale fonsaje. Mbe useni dabo julalema. Ale Juloka man la maje, ni aja man la maje, suluo simbene da, useni mansata, alale ya mansandi, mbaro da bodima, mbaro da bodima, numukunda da bodima. Alale bate jola, masole bate jola, aye Gambia bondi bata kono, imaje molu bele se wota.